Everybody, thank you yet again for listening to another episode of Ordinary People Extraordinary Stories. We have a brand new subscriber by my man, Richie. Thank you very much, Richie. I appreciate your support. We also want to go ahead and thank Courtney, as well as Tamsin and Aiden. Give you guys all a shout out for supporting the channel. If you guys are interested in also supporting the channel, feel free to click the link below in the description to our Patreon, where you will have access to additional episodes, extra episodes, and extra bits from the show that we don't put on our Spotify and our YouTube channels. Now, with that being said, I'm going to start talking, and you're going to start listening to the next episode. Here we go. Well, hello. Welcome to yet another episode of Ordinary People Extraordinary Stories. Now, guys, I got to tell you about my weekend. More importantly, I got to tell you about who I got to meet on this weekend. You see, about 2 Saturdays ago, my wife and I were invited to this Juneteenth paint and sip event. To elaborate, this was an event where we got to discuss the importance and history of Juneteenth. Now, to all who aren't aware, Juneteenth is what many in the black community consider the official date of slavery coming to an end. Even though the Emancipation Proclamation was signed and executed in 1863, it wasn't until 1865 that there was a small town in Texas was told by Union soldiers that they were no longer slaves and were truly free. Even that word, truly free, has some connotations attached that don't make it quite true. I'm, of course, referencing Jim Crow laws and the 1964 Civil Rights Act, but I'm getting beside myself. Seriously, people, do your history homework. Anyways, it was at this event where there were many of us talking about black, brown, white, Asian, many more, that came together to talk about this holiday, and more importantly, about what it means. We had some hard conversations, but even better, we were able to eat, drink, laugh, and of course, paint together, which is where our guest comes in. His name is Jasse Chimuku, and our first interaction was him coming up to me and telling me that my portrait was trash. So, great guy, am I right? But this wasn't our only interaction. No. I, too, got a chance to talk to him, and I asked if he had Parkinson's disease, because he just couldn't keep his brush steady when he was painting. So, the clown, and it was mutual. It was very respectful. But, all jokes aside, Jasse, I was able to sit down and really talk with him and found out just kind of what a beautiful human being he was. You see, he has a basketball program for young men called Northstarz, where essentially he steps into these boys' lives to help teach them values and skills on and off the court. He's been doing it for over 15 plus years, and all strictly through donations. I mean it, guys. If Jasse wasn't there, wasn't giving them his time, you can imagine the lifestyle they'd be on without his guidance. And in today's episode, you will find out exactly how Jasse started, why basketball, and get some insight into the coach's state of mind in today's episode. So, if y'all ready for this, grab your Jordans, get those weird basketball goggle things, come on and slam, and welcome to the jam for another ordinary person with an extraordinary story. Swish.
Northstars with a Z.
Of course. I guess we could talk about like how you came up with the name.
Okay.
How did you come up with the name?
One of my players, actually, my original player, his name is Kadeem Nelson.
Mm-hmm.
We were in the car trying to figure out what name we were going to be, because I grew up in North Portland.
Okay.
Right. And all these kids that I started with my program with, most of them was from North Portland as well. So we're in the car one day going away to practice. And I was like, we need to find a team name. So we came up with random name, and he's like, "What's up? We're from the north. We all be stars. What's up with Northstars?"
North Star.
Right?
Yeah. No.
Yeah. So it's like, okay, I said, you know what? Me being educated at me, I was like, that's the best thing we could have, because the North Star is the brightest star in the atmosphere.
See, you have all this positive take on it. I was just thinking like World Star, because it's just fun to shout like North Star, like, just I don't know whether you want to hand signals about that, but
Right. So make sure you ask me that too when we start recording, okay?
oh, we're recording right now, baby.
Oh, okay. There we
Say hi,
go.
say hi to everybody.
Hey, how you doing, world?
Hey everybody, this is my friend Jasse. It's man, just even how we met though. I mean, but even before we go into it though, I'll tell you what's going on. Do you mess with allergies or do you have like any allergy issues like that?
Not that I know of, no.
Or are you blessed with beautiful genetics? Okay, man, you lucky duck. Okay, I cannot go outside. Like that just be real with you. Like I went outside for half a second today and I've not stopped sneezing. Like it's just I don't know. My parents come from I don't want to say weaker cloth because I'm strong in other means though, but man, I just wish that I got blessed with the lack of allergies, man. Because you see, can you even see how red my nose is? I mean, it's a
Yep,
little bit of
I
background
can.
going on, but
Yeah, but it's part of life, though. You gonna grow past it.
man, I freaking hope so, man. Because I'm just been like eating Benadryl and yeah, look at that. See, there you go. Don't
Yep.
be calling the police though. I'm not doing that kind of heavy stuff. No
Nah,
Percocet
it's
for
not a
me,
blue
just
pill. It's a pink
Benadryl.
pill. You good?
What is it? If I'm have an erection lasting longer than what was it, 48 hours, call a doctor or
Yep.
call more
Call it
like
the paramedics.
call more ladies, some of
Yeah. Not more ladies.
that. All right, yeah, everybody. Like I mentioned, this is my friend Jasse, and I mean, welcome to another episode of Ordinary People, Extraordinary Stories. I mean, I'm even trying to think like how to really start this episode because just how we met was crazy. I will say, I think you came in late. Like, not trying to snitch on you, but like, did you roll in a little late?
You know, as a black man should.
Fashionably late, all the nerds came in on time though, so I
Right.
understand, I understand. But no, we went to this Juneteenth paint and sip. My wife and got us tickets though. She originally said it was black people only. She's like, hey, Tristan, I'm sorry, you ain't got the melanin, you can't come. But eventually she kind of twisted their arm and said, okay, you can come. I said, you're cool. And we went and it was great because, I mean, besides even just meeting a lot of wonderful people, they described the importance of Juneteenth. And for the
Facts.
uneducated, it was Juneteenth was, I mean, here, I'm just going to Wikipedia this just because, like, I don't want to get it wrong for everybody. But essentially, slavery was dissolved or emancipation started, I think it was here,
Abolished.
was in 1863, January 1st, 1863. That is when Lincoln signed the Emancipation Proclamation abolishing slavery. However, there were still colonies and even slave uh, plantations where people didn't know. And it was over 2 years before it was a small town in Texas. But when they finally found out, oh, by the way, you guys have been free for 2 years and you're still working. It was crazy, but no one told them.
Not working, still slaving.
Sorry, my bad. Because yeah,
Workers get paid.
fucking right. And I mean, I don't think my job's ever done the horrible, horrible things that have been going on with slavery. But people finally found out, and besides them just being celebrating how messed up it was, this town had a big old celebration. We're talking about like food, talking about dancing, talking about drinking, but it turned into like kind of an adoption of they're like, hey, you know what? Like, there's July 4th. That's Independence Day. That's not our Independence Day. This was our Independence Day. This was the day when we actually recognized that, we actually became free. Well, I mean, as free as I think you can get in America, but
Right.
it's just, and I don't want to get political, Jossie, but like,
No, it's not political. You're stating facts. You
well,
know what I
no,
mean?
no, no. It's more like what I'm gonna say. Like, I don't. White guilt is weird. I'm not saying I got it. Maybe, yeah, I don't got it, but it's like I think the craziest thing was back in like 2020, like when the George Floyd stuff was happening. I
Yeah.
mean, the world was on
Spiral. Yep.
fire, things were going crazy. But it was like
Yep.
I was talking to my wife, I never realized how like kind of fucked up the country's been to black people. Like just kind of like how like, oh, hey, I thought everything was fine. I thought, okay, hey, Emancipation Proclamation, everything's fine. Okay, not really until Civil Rights Movement. Okay, that happened. Okay, everything's fine. But it wasn't the case. Things have been difficult. Deck's always kind of been stacked against you guys.
Right.
And it,
Well, not to cut you off.
please, please, please.
So when I came to America in 1990, it was Rodney King.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
People don't know about, like they forget that, you know what I'm saying? Like it's been going on for eons, right?
And it's crazy because like, yeah,
So now that social media is here, like it's been more of a bigger platform. In 1990, there was no social media. It was only on the news. So people that are living in small states, small cities, whatever, didn't get that information because it's controlled by the bigger masses, right? But now
Exactly.
we have social media, to where people got cameras everywhere. That's where the George Floyd situation became more surreal, right, and more in depth and more personal because now everybody can feel it.
Exactly. They can't look away. It's like it's happened. This
No,
is
they
real.
can't.
And can you
Yeah.
okay, so think about it. So that was 90. So it was 30 years. So Rodney King happened. And I mean, I even saw the videos and that was terrible what was going on
That was
there.
horrific.
And
Yes.
the fact that, okay, another 30 years happened and nothing really ended up changing. I think they didn't, did they even fire those cops? I don't even know if
No.
they did anything with that. Yeah, it's
No.
ridiculous.
One
That
cop. One cop got fined, but got his job back.
makes no sense. Makes no sense. It just, but it's just like that was the kind of thing I had to realize. As much as I wanted to romanticize this country, the founding fathers, stuff like that, is that I kind of had to accept and realize that America's had a very ugly history. We've done some great things, true, but it was done on the backs and just like with blood of a lot of innocent
Yes.
people, talking about natives, talking about uh, black people. It's just, it is insane. And it was yesterday, technically, January 9th, sorry, June 19th, though. And we learned the history about it. We got to talk about it, though. And the best part is we then got to celebrate, have some drinks, have some food, and we got to paint. And I'm gonna go get my painting. You still got your painting, right?
Yes, sir. I do.
I'm gonna put this pictures on. You know what? Hey, we're gonna put this on the Patreon for people who want to see. Maybe we just put it on the Facebook group. But yeah, we want to show you guys kind of what we painted together. And we're not artists. We don't paint.
Not
But
at
here,
all.
I'm gonna bring it. Let me get it real quick.
But that day, yes, we were.
You guys can't tell it, but my man's here got a high top fade, and I just like the back of your shirt because it looks like a forest, like an Oregon forest. Like that's
Yeah.
a that's a kid that I've seen that can walk around in Oregon. And then Uh, I'm not too sure what my lady's doing though, but I don't know. I just like the different colors and what I was trying to do.
I like yours better because yours is more abstract.
Yeah, I was yeah, kind of just going with it though.
That's what I did.
Yeah, but it was cool. It's the
What was your story for your name? Remember you had to write something before you started painting it?
so and that's what they told us. So they basically said write a phrase or a word. What's like something you want written on the canvas that you're going to paint over that when you look at that portrait, it's going to remind you of something. And I'll tell you, Jossie.
Mine was love life.
Love life? Okay. But but
Yeah.
but like your romantic life or you just loving life?
Me loving life. That's what I painted myself
Okay. Okay.
in the 80s.
I mean, he looks like he's enjoying himself. Okay. Okay. Mine was like, and I'll tell everybody here, when I was at that event, again, I was just there was like this connection and it was crazy. And I describe about this sometimes on the cast though, where it's just like we were kind of all of the same mindset, same mentality. We were having a good time. There was just love in the room.
Thanks.
And what I wrote on my portrait is to remind myself not to shrink, to
That
remind
part.
myself that like I am of value and I should never be afraid to just go up to anybody. Never be afraid to just like, oh, what are they going to think about me? Oh, what if they, think I'm a dork or something? And I was like, no, 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 no.
Yeah.
I am beautifully and wonderfully made.
Yeah.
And I mean, if it wasn't for the fact that I just said, "Hey, what's up to you?" though, I mean, you wouldn't even be on here. So,
Right. But if you remember I was the one blurting up everything and I had to raise my hand and ask everybody if it's okay for me to be myself. And it was like, yeah, go ahead. You're making it easy for us.
oh my God, yeah. I mean, man, if you guys want to talk about like with Josh, actually remember, I think you were razzing me a bit. You were like, man, what? You were looking at my portrait, like, what is going on with that over there? And
Thanks.
but we were just going back and forth. Though he's clowning on me. I was like talking to him though, and but by the end of it though, I mean, we were. I wish that cigar shop was open because that would have been super cool. That would have been just
That'd
like
have been super dope.
Oh my God.
That'd have been an extra cap to the night for sure.
Oh my gosh. It's yeah, it was right next to like a little cigar shop, but they're closed, man. But no, we kicked in the parking lot for half a second and I got to know a little bit about his background and we're going to talk about on today's episode about your program and it I'll let you take over. So exactly what would you describe that you do for your program?
Sheesh,
I
that's a
know.
lot.
Big
Okay,
questions. Big questions.
so let me enlighten the world about how my program came to be. I came from college roughly 16, maybe 17 years this
Okay.
year. I'm not sure. I lost track of time. After age, father time takes over. But just to let you guys know, my oldest kids I came from my program are 24, 25 right now.
Oh man.
And my youngest kids in my program are 8 years old. So I started my program before ever having kids.
Was your first kid like eight? He was like eight, nine, like when you first got him?
Yes, they were, yes.
Okay, okay.
Because demographically, right? So what I did was when I came back from Portland, I met this kid named Darwood, who was a first immigration immigrant.
Hmm.
I mean, first generation immigrant, sorry. And my best friend Monique Sorrell was working at Ackley Green as after school coordinator. So she called me into the school because this kid is misunderstood. So I went to the school
Mm,
and I met him, and he was not being responsive to my conversation with him in front of her. And I know as an African male, like we don't really want to open up to nobody we don't know like that because privacy is privacy. We believe in that. We protect it.
okay.
So I asked him if he want to go for a walk, and his response was, "Yeah, I go for a walk." So I stand up, and his first reaction was like, "Whoa, you're tall. Do you play basketball?" And I was like, "Yeah, I
Yeah.
play basketball. I just got
Yes,
back from
sir, I
college playing
do.
college basketball, right?" So I said, "You want?" So we went for a walk, and I made him a deal. The deal was every time he gets a good week of reports, you guys go all consistently every day of the week. Gotta be good reports and give it to Miss Monique, and she would contact me, and I will contact your mom, and I'll pick you up on Saturday, and I'll train you for free as a homage for you doing good in classroom. And now we're here 16 years later, and the same kid still contacts me. We're still in touch, and then from there, like
Does he help with the program too, even?
he comes by. He comes by, help train the kids and stuff. Like all my kids that came before the kids I have now,
Hmm.
they'll come back. All my cousins come back. Like right now it's June, so normally the last 5 years we'll be doing like alumni nights to where all my
Okay.
kids come back. We'll do a barbecue, but funding has not been the same for us after
Mm.
COVID,
Yes, I can
so
imagine.
it's been
Shoot.
tough. Yeah, so right now like we didn't do it this year because with my kids getting older, I cannot fund everything no more like that, like I used to. So
Yeah.
I can just buy the food, cook the food, everybody just show up and just eat and just pop it. You know what I mean? So this year we didn't do it, but the kids still come around. Like they come to the games, support the kids. They come to tell their stories and all that good stuff. So it's like I got kids that did go to class or did go to class for basketball. I got kids that went to college for not playing basketball. I
Mm.
got kids that didn't want to play basketball or go to college that's still working and doing good in life. So it's like for me, it's like my whole message to this kid is like, you don't have to play sport. I just want you to be a good man in life. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Just be a good man. Just be the best you can be. No matter what avenue you take, just be the best man you can be. That's it.
Well, let me ask. So that kid, what was his name? The first kid you had?
Doubt.
Did Dawit have either a dad or a good man in his life?
So Dawood came from a single parent home, which is like 90% of my kids come from single parent homes.
Mm.
So a lot of these kids are deprived of having a father figure in their life. I even have single fathers, like single fathers who have kids in my program that needed extra help because they couldn't do it all by themselves.
Oh, absolutely.
So yeah, so it's like, when we grew up, it was I don't know how old you are, but when I came to America, it was known for dudes to be astray,
Mm.
right? From the family. Nowadays, fast forward, it's like, women are making that choice now that we're leaving their kids behind with the father type of deal.
Sheesh.
So it's like, so no matter what you look, no matter how you look at them, demographics are still the same.
It's the same,
It's still a
and
single
the
parent
kids are
home.
getting screwed over though. They're the ones that are
The
like
kid's
get
getting
not.
screwed over. So I cannot
Yeah.
be a mother figure to this kid, but what I can do is give them a guideline that they can follow, right? And like a loving, nurturing a loving, nurturing situation because the father is doing the most he can do for them
Exactly.
as a single father. So I cannot be, for lack of better words, I cannot be like a father figure to them because they already have a father, right?
Right.
So I have to be them nurturer to them and let them know your dad is not mad at you, bro. Your dad's trying to help you become a man, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
He's wearing
Well,
two hats. So now vice versa to the moms, single moms, where they're trying to wear two hats. Your mom cannot be your father, bro. You know what I'm saying? So stop trying to make her be your dad, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
listen to your mom, love your mom, protect your mom. When you come to me, I got your back. You know what I'm saying? So it's different, same hat, but different scenario, if that makes sense.
No, no, it makes total sense though, and I would understand why you'd want to do that because again, it's just like it. That's all our point with single parents is like there is this missing element, and it's not like the parents not trying. They're doing the best they can though, and
Right.
I mean, let's just say there were a lot of single parents when I was working at that group home, and it's not saying you need the two parents to do well, but it's so much harder because it's just like my mom's working, she's not there, or she's doing the best she can, or she's not doing the best she can, but that's all she can give me. And
Right.
they're finding bad influences on the streets and whatnot. And it's just
Yep.
it's rough because it's like it's kind of like why do I need to change when I don't see any change around me? I don't see any of this stuff though. This nurturing I need, this stuff, or they don't know they need it. But the whole point is they don't see it there. It's not something they see that's a possibility though. So they're gonna act like a fool. They're gonna act like knuckleheads. But then you come here, and I mean, I think it's even probably fun. It's like, hey, you're gonna take them to do something. It's like, hey, by the way,
Yes.
let's put this energy, let's put this like angst, this teenage angst, or just this like little kid energy. Let's put it into something productive. And it, like you said, doesn't even have to be basketball. What's the other things that you try to suggest them do instead besides basketball?
I try to motivate them. I ask so when I meet my kids, that's why I started my program at a young age,
Mm,
right? Because demographics shows that as a black male, from 9 until 14, that's when they're the most confused and lost, right?
mm,
So if I can get you at
amen.
9 years old or 8 years old, to matter of fact, to help you steer your life the other direction, you have a better chance of being successful.
Absolutely. And it's smart.
So I could have waited till middle school, but by the time they did middle school, they already kind of got their ways, right?
Exactly. And if it's a bad ways, yeah.
Now we're bumping heads. Now you're not respecting me like you're not respecting your dad or your mom, whoever's at home taking care of you. But if I get you at a young age and I show you like there's more fun in life than what you know,
Exactly.
right? Because we do more than basketball. Like in my program, yes, we do play basketball. Yes, I'm a stern coach. Yes, I'm a firm coach. But at the same time, we do barbecues, we do outings, we go to parks, we have fun. You know what I'm saying? Like we're not just doing just basketball, right?
Right.
So even when we travel outside of state to go play these games, I still find a way to make sure that these kids get to walk around downtown Seattle, downtown Salem, anywhere that they might not be able to make it on their own.
I was just gonna say they're not gonna be able to see this though. It's you
They're not
do
going to be
life
able to
with
see that.
them. Yeah.
They're not going to be able to see that, right? So now they're using the basketball as a way to get there. That's how I got to California. I went to college in California because of
So
basketball.
I mean
Without basketball, I never knew about California.
let's talk about that though. I mean, but the thing is, it sounds like you're doing life with them, and I think that's the most important thing though, is because it's like without that, they wouldn't be able to do any of the stuff. They wouldn't be able to go to those places. They won't be able to have those experiences though.
Right.
So
So this is my quote. My program quote is this, right?
okay,
Coaching life by way of basketball.
coaching life,
Right? I'm gonna repeat it
boys
again. I
basketball,
might talk too fast. Coaching life by way of basketball.
coaching life, but with basketball. I love it,
By way of basketball, correct.
love it.
Right? Because at the end of the day, if you really love this sport and put your all in this sport, you might not make it to the NBA, but guess what? You're gonna see a lot of the parts of this world.
Exactly.
If not the world, you're gonna see a lot of parts of this America, right? Either way, you're gonna get outside your cubicle that you're in right now, that you can find in because that's what your parents know, that's what you know. So my job is to make sure that I change this kid's narrative and this kid's vision and broaden their horizon, right? So that way they could have it. And oh man, I can go. I can live in New York. Yeah, you can live in New York. I can live in yeah, you can live in California, right? There's no way you cannot live.
It's that possibility that like there is something else other than this. Like they can't see that because this is all they know. But you take them out of those situations, or at least say, hey, by the way, this could happen. And you know,
Yes,
let's see if even if you like this stuff though. And I mean, again, it all it
right.
takes is just that little step in the beginning. I mean, it's very noble, and I appreciate what you're doing because I mean, the fact that you said you've been doing it for what, 17 years? I mean, It mu
16 going to 17. Yes. Yeah.
I mean, there's no coincidence why that is being successful if you're doing it for 17 years. If you told me, oh, I've been doing it just for 5 years, I'd still compliment you. But still, that's pretty good. Let's take a couple steps back though. So you mentioned that,
Okay.
you came, I think, was it California in the 90s, you said?
Now I came to America in the 90s.
Okay. So I thought you were born raised here. So actually, so where are you from, if you don't mind me asking?
I'm from Angola, Southwest Africa.
I yeah, man, I no idea. I thought again
No,
just
I get that. I get that a lot because I look like a typical American and I
eh,
sound like one too.
bro,
So
you
you
super
know.
sound like you sound like
But
my
the reason why
father-in-law.
the reason why I said that because when I first came to the States, they used to make fun of my accent. So I literally used to practice in the mirror
Oh,
how to speak American English so I can stop getting make fun of.
okay.
So that's why I don't have an accent. But if you ever around me and my family, you're gonna hear the accent come out. The way you know me, you're gonna hear the accent come out.
Oh
Like I speak
man.
4 languages, nobody knows until you hear me talk it.
Do you mind asking if I can ask what were the languages?
My tribal language is Umbundu.
Okay. Ubuntu.
My colonized language is Portuguese.
You speak
And then
Portuguese? Okay.
With Portuguese, I get away with Spanish.
Hey, stop.
Right. And then
Bien.
with Umbundu, I get over my second tribal language is Kimbundu, my mom's language.
Man, dude, you were bred to be smart, man. That's great. They always telling me that like if you know at least an additional language that it's almost easier to pick up another language though. And it's like that's just crazy to me that you can know 4 languages and I like got a B on Spanish 3. That's about as far as I got. I can order breakfast. That's what I can do. That's about
Yeah, but in my country, right? So in my country, yes, we have to learn our tribal. That's our birth language, right?
correct.
We have to learn Portuguese because I colonized language. But then when you go to school, they're teaching you English, if that makes sense.
Yeah, yeah.
So you coming out the womb with one language, you go to school on 2 languages at the same time.
No, it
So
makes
when I come to
sense. Makes
America, I was
sense.
speaking broken. It's called broken English to you guys, or British
Mm,
English, right?
okay.
Right. Because I have a story about that too. So when I first came to America, me and my cousin Daniel was living on Nathan, Alberta, went on a bike ride, and I think I was like 10 years old at the time. He's 12. So we're riding bike. He's riding the bike. We went out 2 blocks, and then all we could hear, oh, there's African kids, there's African kids. So my cousin decided to put the pedal to the metal.
Mm,
He's standing up, I'm sitting on the seat. I don't know if you remember that how you somebody
yeah.
rides the other person
No,
sit down type, right? So he's
exactly. Yeah.
pedal as fast as he can, and this dude's put a stick in the back tire.
Bruh, no, dude.
Yeah. So
Okay.
imagine. Luckily for us that we're trained fighters, so we always land on our feet, right?
Heyo.
So he tumbles off the handlebars. I tumble behind him. He don't catch. I catch myself. I run all the way back to my uncle's house. He's coming behind me, and the police come asking us questions. And I told him I don't speak English. I speak broken. I
I-
speak British English.
there you go. I don't know. He not here. Just like whatever.
I don't speak English, right? So that's been a running joke in my family all these to this day. They still talk about me about that.
I don't speak English. I don't. I
I
don't speak
speak broken
English.
English. I don't speak American English. Sorry.
English? No, no. Espanol. I see. I want to do something like that, but like I'll like be like Espanol, and then they'll start speaking Spanish and be like, "Fuck." All right. Francois. Oh, this that. That. Oh man. Okay. So, what led you here to America then? Was it just different
Uh,
opportunity, or like did you
so
plan on doing basketball always?
no, hell no. So my country, soccer number one sport.
That's right. That makes sense, duh, of course.
Yeah, so I played soccer my whole life. I played when I first came to the States, me, my cousin Joaquin, my cousin Cornelius, my brother Tavares, my brother Antonio. We played club soccer, which is kind of like AU basketball. So we play year-round soccer.
Okay.
Like there's no days off, there's no nothing, right? And then
Hmm.
summer going to freshman year, I couldn't play no soccer.
Hmm.
I was just in pain. So I spent a lot of my time just at home, just grieving, like, because I don't know what's going on. My shins hurt, my knees hurt, my ankles hurt, everything's hurting.
Okay.
And then I graduated eighth grade 5'6". Came back freshman year 6'2".
Yeah, he's tall, folks. That the boy is tall. Like I must say
Right.
this.
So and I played my brother in turn, like I told you about, he's a senior at the time when I went to, he's a senior in high school,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
He's an all-state goalie. Like he's a beast, bro. My big brother Antonio, he's a beast. Like, you know what I'm saying? He's not tall like me, but he's a beast though, for sure. Like
Okay.
he don't like losing. That's what he wanted to play goalie. As long as he can stop them from scoring, me and my sibling, we could score on anybody else type of
Yeah.
deal, if that makes
Okay.
sense.
Yeah, it
Right?
makes sense.
Because soccer it's an 11 player sport.
Okay,
You need at
11
least
on
five
11.
elite players on the field and one elite goalie, right? That can stop them from scoring on us.
Right.
So I played either mid defender or midfielder. I don't know if you know soccer, but mid defender is a person that can kick with both feet.
Okay.
That's so
Are
do
you,
you know
is it
how
like
soccer, you know how
more
soccer
for
lines
like
up?
more for like distance stuff, right? So like you're getting there to set up for the shots, that kind of thing?
No. So in soccer, it's mid defender is the one right in front of the goalie,
Okay.
right? And then you got you got left defender, right defender, right? So the mid defender got to be able to strike with both feet.
Okay.
And when I'm striking that stuff back over the midfield.
Right. So exactly. You're trying to get that ball out of here. It's like, bro, it should
Out of
not
here.
be near our goal.
It's
Okay.
facts. There's no chance that you guys score on us, right? Or I
Right.
play midfielder, which is I can go back and forth on both sides of the field.
Okay.
So when I did that, I was elite at both, right? But then we get to high school. My brother's a mid goalie. I mean, he's an elite goalie, and I can't do nothing about it because I don't have no help up here. So the coach put me on midfielder, so I got to run around the whole field
Oh man.
trying to protect this ball, but nobody back there can get this ball back to me in the front line.
And you just
So I
got
went
sick
from
of it at
kicking
that
the ball to
point.
bouncing the ball my freshman year, bro. No
Okay.
lies.
That's I mean I would. I will say that's the one thing. We went to a couple Timbers games here in Portland. Man, dude, like
Yeah.
they be running. I know basketball they be running a lot, but man, it's just like because they're going back and forth, and sometimes they don't even score. So it's like I don't know. It looks exhausting to the point where I'm like, yeah, I'd rather choose basketball if I could. So, do we start in California and then eventually you came to Oregon when then you decided that
No,
you want to be the PSU, or tell me about.
no. We first migrated to Jacksonville, Florida.
Okay. Oh, wow. East Coast. All right.
Yeah, so East Coast. And honestly, like I tell everybody else, I truly believe for the state in Jacksonville, Florida, I probably would play Major League Soccer somewhere
Mm,
because Florida is a mecca of all immigrants to me. From because we lived in a community where it's a bunch of immigrants. We had all the African immigrants there, Mexican immigrants, Russian immigrants, all the countries that played soccer was in that. It was in that little community that we lived in.
probably Cuban too, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So that's another story I got to tell you about in the long run when you ask about high school.
All right.
So
All right.
we in our community, like we excelled as our siblings, right? Because everybody got along because nobody knew no different. Like we're all the same people. Like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, we might not look the same, but we all struggling the same. And we all getting picked up by a school bus.
Absolutely. That we're all playing the same sport. We're all playing soccer. Yeah.
Exactly. We all playing soccer. That's the one language we all understand is playing soccer. So we all get in a bus together. And then my grandparents who brought us here lived in Portland, Oregon, which is
Mm,
my mother's rest in peace, my mother's parents. So my mother's parents will live in Oregon. In my culture, the oldest child traveled with the parents.
okay.
So she had to migrate. That's why we ended up in America, but they put us in different, like, we didn't know that Florida and Portland was like eons away from each other.
That's hilarious because yeah, no, you came here. It's like okay, it's probably just like down the street or something. It's like oh no,
Right.
that's a
It's America. It
completely
can't be
different
as big as
coast.
Africa, that's for sure. Right. So we come here, we Florida 6 months later. When you decided to my not we, because I didn't have no choice in this matter. My parents decided to move to from Florida to Portland
Okay.
to move closer to my grandparents. So we caught a Greyhound bus.
Oh
It
man,
was a
those
five
are
and a
long
half day
ones.
trip. And mind you, at this time, my parents have four kids, four sons. At that time, my youngest brother was like 6 months old, 7 months old at best.
Yeah.
And my oldest brother was 12, and I was 9, about to be 10. So it's like mid-November, we migrated to Portland.
But
So
I
we
mean,
get
so
here.
you've barely been in America, and they already cram you in a bus. That's crazy.
Yeah, that's the only way we can get here.
Okay.
We
Okay.
can afford no airline tickets.
No, it makes sense. It makes
And
sense.
and then the best part about this is the fact the reason why we ended up being here because my mom is so God because my I'll retract a little bit. My grandfather, my mom's father was a preacher and owned a
Okay.
church back home. He's a
Mm.
Christian man, right?
Yeah.
So when we came to America, we were recruited by the Mormons in Florida,
Okay.
right? So my mom was in America for like a month and a half. My mom liked to go to church every Sunday. So she was
Amen.
like, man, we didn't find a church. We didn't find a church. Man, my dad is the opposite. You know what I'm saying? He's like, yeah, we don't need to go to church. Just pray here, right? Type of deal.
Right.
So one day we got a knock on the door. It's the Latter-day Saints, the Mormons.
Hey, how's it going?
All my mom read was Christ with a cross, right? She thought God answered her prayers.
Exactly. That perfect. You're close enough. Let's go.
Right. We go to this church, bro. We're the only black people in the whole congregation.
Man.
Come on, bro. So it's like,
I know, man. Yeah. They crack their
you know what I'm
heads
saying?
like,
As a
what was
kid,
that?
we fought, right.
Yeah.
Looking around like, where's somebody else at?
Yeah.
Where I come from is all black. You know what I'm saying? Minority white. So make a long story short, not to drag the story on, but we
No,
got
you're
baptized
fine.
as
You're fine.
Mormons, right? And
Right.
the Mormons helped us get to Portland to go be with my grandparents. So they bought us a bus tickets for us to go on a bus to come to Portland, Oregon to be with my grandparents.
People give like crap to Mormons all the time for knocking and just like being like people always give them crap for it though. But I mean that's the one thing I have seen is that Mormons can be pretty selfless though. I mean I've seen people like just be very
Guaranteed.
generous. And the fact that like
Guaranteed.
again,
I'm an Eagle Scout, my guy.
and you're a Boy Scout? All
I'm an
right,
Eagle Scout and I'm
okay,
black.
all right.
Name me 3 Eagle Scouts that you know. Please and thank you.
I only know one, and he was that YouTube video I sent you. That was the only one. So it's like
He's
I was a
black.
cub. No, okay, sorry. Reframe. I don't know any Black Eagle Scouts. I'll make that clear. You are the only
Uh,
one.
that's what I was gonna say. I was like, yeah, that's rare. Sheesh.
No, I know that's
Now, but for me, like, you know, so like my mom always, this is what my mom always told me. I don't mean to cut you off, but my mom always told me God's work is God's work, right?
mm,
God has no race in his work.
amen.
So as long as somebody brings you closer to God, no matter what their race is, that's what you should follow,
I like that.
right? So we follow the Mormon church all the way till we came to Portland, even when we came here. And I told you, my grandpa was a Christian preacher. So he was going to a Christian church called Ainsworth United Church of Christ, which is still standing to this day.
Right.
So we would go to Ainsworth Church of Christ first, go from there, go to the Mormon church after that. So imagine my Sundays, bro.
Dude, that must have been very hot wearing that suit. All dressed up though. To be like,
Facts.
man, like I just want to get
Come
out of
on, bro.
this. I just want to get out of this. So are you still a Mormon though? Are you still practicing or
So I'm still practicing love is my religion is love now.
okay.
Because when I went to college, I took the denomination class. I learned about Buddhism, Islam. I learned about all the denominations in the world, right?
Okay.
And they all have the same concept, which is love, right?
God,
Protect your
yeah.
neighbor, love thy neighbor, yada 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 yada. Right? It's nothing different. It's how it's the only difference is what they wear and how they preach it.
No, that's fair. That's fair.
But if you read the words, if you read the words that they wrote, everything starts the same. It started with Adam and Eve, or whatever the words they want to put. It started with male and female. That and somebody denied God's word, and now we all cursed by it. Right? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that makes sense.
So to me, it's like, okay, so now I put the two together and made my own sense to it. If I could love my person next to me without judgment, I can still make it to the pearly gates. I don't have to go to this temple and pay 10% of my money that I don't have.
Hey,
You know what I'm saying? Like it's funny, but it's real. You know what I mean?
no,
Like,
I feel it. I feel it. I will tell you though. I will say, like being completely honest though, because I think I told you I'm a Cali kid and I'm now in Oregon though. It was 150% God who brought us here. And when we came up here, we started tithing and I was hesitant about to. I'm like, I just got this check and you want me to take 10% away from it? Like, come on, man. Like, think about it. That's crazy. But when you put that on the side and you can bless people with it, like God really does
yes,
pay it forward. I mean,
dude.
I've miracles have happened. Let's just say that.
I either walk down the street, right?
Okay.
Not saying I don't believe in going to church, because church is definitely soothing. It's definitely a blessing to be in church. I'm not knocking no churches, right? But
Okay.
my own thing is this: I either walk down the street and see a person that's struggling, and help them and help feed them, right?
Right.
Buy them some food, give them my shirt off my back, something like that, versus going to sit in this church where this preacher is preaching to me for 2.5, 3 hours, and he leaving in a better car than I have, going to a better house than I have, right? Because my grandfather was a preacher.
Right.
My grandfather played and he was a brain surgeon. So
Okay.
that's a different realm,
You
right?
want to talk about many hats, man. I mean, brain surgeon and a preacher.
Come
Sheesh.
on, bro. So he's making his money not from the church, but from his work.
Okay.
So when people come to church, yeah, you pay your tithe if you want to, just so you can feel good and closer to God, because what God said to do.
Right.
But you don't have to, right? And we come to America, and I'll be 100% transparent.
Okay.
Joe, what is that? Joe
Joel
Osteen,
Olstein.
whatever.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
guy.
he was the one that broke the camel's back for me, bro.
No, I don't blame you. Was it the was it Katrina or was it a different hurricane? Was it that whole mega church? You not letting people in? Was that it?
Not letting people in.
Yeah.
Come on, bro. People are dying outside.
But we just got these seats made, man. We just built this thing.
Come
Oh
on,
dude, I was
bro.
so mad. I was so
Come
mad.
on,
I'm like,
bro.
bruh, Jesus is just looking down, shaking his head. Doesn't
And then if we want to talk about it, if we want to keep going down the line of denominations, the Catholic priests.
you there, naughty,
You
naughty.
know what I'm saying? I go deep with this stuff, bro. I'm really religious when it comes to being religious, bro. Right? So it's like I could break every religion down. The only religion that I feel like is not tainted in
Mm,
my eyes is Buddhism and Islamics. They don't have that much tainting as far as I take advantage of people,
mm,
to me, from what I read and from my experiences dealing with them. Because the Buddhism, they like to meditate and just breathe, you know what I'm saying, and just pray.
no,
Right? They're non-violence. I like Islam because guess what? I'm not gonna be violent to you, violent towards me, right? Because
right.
God says in every Bible, let there be bloodshed. Goliath tried to take over, and David hit him with a stone, and he fell. Right, so I know scriptures, bro. So we can get this. This can go a whole left side, bro.
Oh no, no, hey, we love religion on it. We love talking about God though. No, it's for me, it's Christian, but it's Jesus. Just because like I came up through, I don't want to say a fucked up background, but let's just say like I was really meditating on this. I was really praying about this, and I was just thinking like I had a lot of things happen growing up where it's like I should have failed. I should have been drinking, just I should have been homeless. I should have been
Hmm.
killed. I should have been dead. And
Nice.
it was because like I had some very wonderful neighbors though, took us to church one time and I got to know Jesus. And that's I think even why I even do this podcast is because like I got to know him and he's in my relationship and he showed me to love people. Because he's like, hey,
Yep.
I died for you. I died on the cross for you. But more importantly, I also died for that person and that person and that person. And I love each and every one of them. And they each got a beautiful story to tell. And that's the main reason why I do this cast is because like I love people. I live you our story. I didn't know any of the stuff about you. And I'm now knowing about it. And I'm like, man, dude, Jasse is just like 5D chess, man. Like it's you got layers. You're like onions, man, or Shrek. You got layers.
The
Like,
skinny Shrek.
oh, yeah, guys, if you can see how tall he is, man, beanpole for sure. A compliment, but boy be tall.
I guarantee I take that.
Boy be tall. Well, okay. So we went from Florida. Now we're in Oregon. You're playing soccer. Now you're playing basketball, though. Let's talk about PSU though. So was PSU the school you really wanted to go to? Or I mean, like, what were you shopping around
No,
colleges
no,
though?
no. So back to high school when I started playing basketball, I was not seasoned in basketball until I would say probably my junior senior year
Okay.
because I had to work ridiculously hard. Like people don't understand that I truly believe in hard work pays off.
Okay. Yeah.
Right. So my freshman year, I made the team as a freshman player. By mid-season, I was starting JV because I took it personal. I hate being the weakest link in the room. Right. I don't care where I go. I'm not going to be even if in my painting could tell you that this is my first time painting. Right. But I'm listening to what the instructor is telling me to do, and I'm following instructions to
Right.
where I put my own accent to it. Everybody else had an afro. I'm the only one that had a box. Right. Just because I get what you're telling me, I'm gonna put my own twist to it. So make a long
Exactly.
story short, so high school comes up, and my best friend Craig Green is a football player.
Okay.
So senior year, they needed a receiver. I didn't play football. I played for my football is soccer.
Yeah.
So I went to play football my senior year, and I missed the epic catch that could have took us to the state finals, state championship game. Like I was wide open, bro. The ball went right through my arms, and I owed my
No.
best friend that much. Like, man, you got to play football in college, bro, because you got too much speed. You all da da da. Basketball, you too late in basketball. You know what I'm saying? Soccer, I mean, football's gonna be a sport. It's
Okay.
easy to play football. So he went to San Jose Junior College for football, and I stuck around in Portland for like a year. I was modeling, working, so I didn't need to go to college to make money. Right? I'm
Mm.
getting $5 an hour just sit down and take pictures, bro. So
Okay.
how much easier
Damn.
can life get? Right?
Yeah.
That's American dream.
Facts.
You know what I mean? So a year later, I feel like I'm not doing nothing with myself. My parents is fully in academics, right? They're like, man, you need to go to college, you need to do da, 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 you know what I'm saying? And so everybody's talking about going to college. So my boy Craig, I hit him up, say, what's up, bro? You want me to come out there? It's for reals? Man, come out here, bro, man. We got we got one receiver that's about to this is junior college, San Jose Junior College, but one of the national ranked junior colleges in America for football at the time.
Okay.
So he's like, bro, the number one receiver, he's about to graduate this year. If you come right now in gray shirt, that could be a starting spot next year. That's
Which
all I need to hear.
that's a crazy opportunity.
Right. So I go out there to mess
Okay.
with him in football. And the next year he decide he don't want to play no more. I want to move out to Portland. So now I'm stuck out there by my goddamn self.
Bruh.
Right. So
Bruh.
I'm
What
like,
the?
man, I'm going back to basketball. So I was at football practice one day, and a Samoan cat, he went to TCU, number one linebacker in the all state of California. I'm a shit talking person. I don't know if you noticed that, but
Nah,
I'll
we
talk
didn't
about this
notice.
shit.
We didn't
You're
notice.
right.
But
So
keep
when
going.
I'm playing the sport, I will whoever I'm going against, I'm talking about of guarding me, right? So the more I can talk to you, the more distracted you are, right?
Exactly.
As a outside wide receiver, my job is to run streaks, post, and post corners. I don't know if you understand football, but I don't do nothing down the middle. Everything's 20 yards plus, right?
Okay.
So the quarterback audibles and runs me in the slant route, which is 5 yards up and come down the middle. So I'm thinking in my head it's a decoy route. We have a
Okay.
lot of decoy routes in our playbook. So I'm running this decoy route, and all of a sudden I see the ball coming towards me. So as it's my job to catch this ball. So I go up to catch his ball, bro. When I say I got decleated by the number one linebacker in the state, decleated, bro.
Oof.
I just boom, landed on my back, hit my head. I think if we concussion protocols, I definitely had a concussion. I'm seeing stars. I'm so angry. I'm a fighter.
No, I bet.
I
And this
get up,
this tiny man tackled the spirit out of you, dude. Just
bro.
like
The life and the spirit,
just
man. So I'll get up. I'm ready to fight it. I'm ready to fight his ass. But I understand that this is a sport.
yeah.
I never went to full practice. I went to the basketball coach the next day. I said, yeah, I want to play basketball.
I'm not trying to get no more concussions, folks.
But that school, they only recruit one sport athlete. You can, even though you play both in college, I mean, high school, you cannot do both here. I want you to dedicate to this one sport
See,
only.
I didn't know that. That's crazy. I mean, I guess that makes sense though, because the whole point they want to make sure they build you up though. It's like, hey, you know what? Now if you're bouncing between sports though, you got no foundation. You keep going. So
Yes,
I guess I could see
yes.
that. Okay.
No, guaranteed. Unless you're like a Nate Robinson, Deion Sanders, someone that's a phenom, you know what I'm saying? They might give you a chance, but I was not a phenom like that.
What are the chances, man? So okay,
Right.
so you get part of my French,
So I got hit in football so hard,
basically.
clocked out.
Locked out.
Went to
Yep.
go try to ask basketball if I could try out for the team. He told me no. So now,
Even with your height, did he still told you no? Even though like as tall as you were, he's like,
bro,
nah.
I'm 6'4". That's average. 6'4" is an average. Is a point guard. Is a point guard in college.
Sheesh. All right.
Right. So he told me no. Yeah. So I got cracked. Right. And I was like, I gotta figure my life out. I never wanted to come back. I didn't want to come back and disappoint my parents. Right. The whole reason why I went to college is to make sure I came back more successful than I left.
Of course.
So if I come back with no accolades, no stories to no nothing like that, I'd have became a loser. So back to God's work, right?
Okay.
It just so happened that the basketball coach had a dude named Ayo Adigon from Nigeria come make a college visit at
Mm,
San Junior College. He's African, so coach called me in his office. I'm thinking he called me in to talk about I might have a chance to make the team. But instead, he's like, "Hey man, I got this Nigerian cat coming in. He needs a place to stay. Can he stay with you so he can relate? So he can relate to you." Da da da. I said, "Okay, whatever." You know what I'm saying? Comes over. This dude is like 7'1", bro.
dude. Okay.
Right,
I'm like,
seven
damn,
foot
you
one.
taller than
He's
me. Shit. Like,
man. So he's going around. He's going around the whole uh, Northwest trying to find a college, junior college to play basketball at.
okay.
So coach made me his what do you call it, chaperone, right? So he's staying at my place. I had a two-bedroom apartment by myself at the time. Because remember, I told you my other boy already left me.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
So now he comes in my life. He's like, bro, I'm going everywhere to play basketball. I just want to find out where I want to stay at.
Okay.
So okay, cool. Where you go? What's the next stop, bro? You know what I'm saying?
All right,
So we
all
went
right.
from Santa Rosa to Santa Monica. No, not Santa Monica. From Santa Rosa to Fresno.
Okay.
From Fresno, went up to Long Beach, California.
Man, so you
And as
went
soon as we got
all
to Long
along the
Beach,
coast. Holy shit.
come on, bro, all along the coast, bro. We get to Long Beach. I'm like, hey, bro, I like it here. As soon as we get off the bus, bro, mind you, we're not having enough. We're on a goddamn back on the Greyhound bus. So we're in a Greyhound bus going from city to city across state lines.
Okay. Okay.
We get Santa Rosa. The coach pick us up from the bus stop. I'm looking around. I just felt the aura was different, bro.
Mm,
I'm like, yo, man, I don't know how far you want to go down, but I feel like this is home right here, man. We should be good here.
hell yeah,
So
man.
we go to the open workouts because they have to work out. So me and him, I'm telling him, I said, just follow my lead, okay? Because he don't
Okay.
he don't he don't speak English that good. I said, just follow my lead, I got you. So I'm act like his agent type of dude.
Oh my God, bruh.
So I didn't know I wasn't trying to for the team. I got on Timberland boots. Like I was not invited to this workout. This is all his workout. So I'm just on the side throwing him lobs,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
And then when he misses, I'll get the ball and dunk it myself. So the coach is like impressed by this nigga dunking in Timberland boots. You know what I'm
This
saying?
did the
Yeah.
Tims,
And the
dude.
Tims, bro, powder blue Tims on top of that.
Okay.
So after a while, so coach is like, hey man, Ayo got to play. I didn't get to play. Got in basketball shoes, so Ayo got in the game, got to play. Coach invited him to stay.
Right.
You should stay here, man. We give you room and boarding. Da da da. You know how the game goes. So he came to talk to me. He said, "Man, say what's up, bro? You want to stay here?" I said, "Man, I'm down. If you down." And mind you, I left all my stuff in Santa Rosa.
Right.
I just came down with him because I'm like, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to show him the ropes. But I got all my stuff still. I still got an apartment with 2 months rent paid for. I'm not gonna just leave all that behind to chase your dreams or this your dreams. I'm going back home,
No,
right?
absolutely. Absolutely.
Right. So he's like, nah, bro, you should come back with me. I'll go back. You come back with me. And then I
Okay.
met my other
Shit.
homeboy who just happened to see me dunking the team. He's like, bro, you hoop? I said, yeah, a little bit. He said, bro, I
Kind of,
never
a
seen
little
nobody
bit.
dunking no tens. My boy Chris Fields. He's like, man, I don't know if you can hoop or not, but bro, if you can dunk, you jump like that, you should try out.
Okay.
So when's tryouts? The tryouts were like 3 months afterward we got for visits. So I went to got my stuff, came back, and ended up making a team for Long Beach City College. You know what I'm saying?
Hey. Okay.
So I played 2 years there, won back-to-back state, back-to-back conference campus championships, and went to state twice.
Hey.
Lost in this championship game the second time, but first
Yeah.
time we lost in this semifinals.
But still, man,
But
going to state, dude. I mean, like going from like just doing high school sports to messing around with football to like going to state in basketball, man, dude, that's
bro,
gotta, bro, that ain't
and
no
I'll
accident.
be 100% honest, bro. When I played college, I didn't get no minutes, bro.
You were bet like real?
The player that played the best defense on the best, I was like the decoy. Like if you so let's say for example, we're the Blazers about to play the team that Bruce Bowen is on. So I'll be Bruce Bowen guarding the best player on our team to
Mm.
antagonize him and make him feel bad and get him out of his head. Like that
Right,
was my
right,
role on that team, right? Because I'm a dog,
right.
but my IQ was not up to par to play college basketball because I didn't think the sport. I just reacted to the sport. If that makes sense.
No, okay, I get that. That makes sense.
Yeah,
Interesting. I never heard a phrase like that, but I get that. Well, so here, my question is like, what about the other coach though? I mean, I think the whole point was like, wasn't he trying to get that kid? And They're like, nah, son, we're just gonna go bouncing around to all the colleges. Like, did he ever like say WTF or like freak out like what's going on? Like, where's my African kid, man? What happened? What'd you do? Like,
No, I kept it 100% trapped. I said, yo, he's traveling the coast trying to find his home. When I went back to go get my stuff,
mm,
he didn't even know where he was at. I'm not going to
jeez.
stitch my brother out. You know what I'm saying? It's like, hey, bro, you brought him here. He told you he's traveling down the coastline trying to find a team to play for.
Especially since he like didn't even give you a chance. So I'd be like, nah, man, we're gonna go find someplace who can see my skill, who
Bro,
does want me.
and on top of that, too, the worst part about it is Santa Rosa is the same weather as Portland is. So I was ready to get out of here.
I
If you've been in Sonoma County is the same weather as Portland, Oregon. Period.
ooh, ew, just overcast gray all the time.
Only difference they got longer summer than we do, right?
Mm,
This summer starting in April, but when it come no when it comes like August, June, July, December,
yeah.
rain, 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 rain.
Yeah, nah, not in my California, man. Not like we like
Not at
seasons.
all.
So not we're good. We're good with that.
Yeah, two
Okay.
seasons is best.
So sweet. So okay, we did the city college, got to state, super impressive. Obviously getting girls, getting money. Well, I mean, I'm kind of curious, like how did you even afford to kind of like be bus hopping and stuff? I mean, did you have to work like odd jobs though, or did you get like stipends, or where'd the money come from?
No, the bus hopping. So I worked at McDonald's when I was in Santa Rosa.
So this entire time you're just working, that's crazy, man.
I'm working at
That's
McDonald's. I don't know if you know about FS check, financial aid checks.
yeah, I know a little bit, but it was like McDonald's and the financial aid kind of helped you
Yeah,
keep
so
going.
so basically I'm very frugal. I don't spend money on miscellaneous stuff.
Okay.
Right? I spend money on things that I need, not what I want. So my McDonald's check was paying my bills, right? Because when you play on a team, you get a is that a cat?
Yeah, yeah. She's likes to say hi. Her name's Midnight.
Her name is what?
Midnight.
What's up, Midnight?
Yeah. She's hey, I'm doing an episode. You can't just be walking on my desk. You literally interrupted
It's,
Jossie.
I'm part of the episode. Meow.
Apologize. Go apologize. You're ridiculous.
Yeah,
Okay.
so I'm very frugal, right? So I was always raised not to flaunt your finances,
Mm.
right? Not to showboat because when you do that, you're gonna create not only enemies, but you have people that's envious of your lifestyle,
Oh yeah, man. It's just
right?
asking to like, hey, jump me. Like, bruh, like just rob me. Go mug me, man. Like I got all this
You know
nice
what I'm
stuff, got
saying?
all this fit. Like, nah, absolutely. So
Right. So
smart.
so for me, it's like like I stacked. So the time I was in Santa Rosa, there was nothing to do in Santa Rosa. Like literally, you got two clubs that you can go to,
It's hilarious. Ain't shit to do.
right? So I'm not going to this club because guess what? I have no friends here to me to go to clubs and trust with. So I'd rather be in my little 2 bedroom apartment. You want to come hang out, play dominoes and spades? We could do that
Ayo.
and do what we do. That's it, right? So my money was stacked. So when I decided to move to Southern California,
Yeah.
those bus trips, because I don't know if you ever rode a Greyhound before. You only pay for one ticket.
Hmm.
You pay for one ticket, and you can stop by all the cities,
I feel
right?
like that's gotta be like that's gotta be like an old school thing because I don't think they do that anymore. Because like,
No, they definitely don't do that no more.
yeah, it's,
So when I moved here from Portland to from Portland to Santa Rosa, right?
right.
I told you I got a Greyhound bus,
Yeah.
bro. I stopped in every city for at least 2 hours. That's enough time. I mean, every stop that they had to make was a 2 hour stop because people got to use the bathroom, got to get
Yeah.
something to eat, right? So that's enough time for me to go to this college if I want to stop at this college. And if I do want to stop, guess what? I could change my ticket to where I could just pay an extra $50 to go to my next stop.
Okay.
Versus
Smart.
right now, it's definitely not the same.
Oh yeah, no. And how much was rent back in that apartment of yours? How much was it? Just kind of curious. You remember?
My rent was 450 a
Y'all
month.
remember 450 in California, everybody. You want to talk about a time capsule? Shit, man. I was
Time capsule, bro. But that's because I was an athlete. That was because I was a student athlete.
okay. So
So
I mean
they
you guys
so
got a
it,
discount there.
so every team has an apartment complex that's owned by like a booster or something like that.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
our rent is prorated.
It's student housing, but it's apartments though. But I get it. I get it.
Exactly. Right. Right. So that's what's 450. So if I'm working at McDonald's, that's paying for itself.
Yeah, no, facts. Absolutely.
Right. And I'm bringing leftovers home to cook for myself.
And it's like, and you're in California. Granted, you're in Santa Rosa. weather's like Portland though, but I mean like it's. Do you miss California? I mean, I know this was a while ago. I know you've been in Portland for a minute though,
Man,
but I
I
mean
miss
like,
LA every day, bro. Like I got teammates right now. We meet up like every Tuesday. Like we haven't seen. I haven't went back in like 3 years now
hmm
because my kids are getting older, so I can just afford just to pick up and go.
right.
So now they all meet me in Vegas for basketball tournaments every July.
Oh man, that's gotta be an expensive month for you. Like plane tickets and going to Vegas. I mean, like I know you're having a little bit of fun, or are you just going for the basketball?
So I got family in Vegas, so I'm blessed. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? And my college teammates, they well off too, to where we can link up. You know what I'm saying? And they like we take care of each other if that makes sense. It's a brotherhood,
No, no, that makes sense. Yeah.
right? So let's say if it's not me, you went to college together. You my point guard, and I was your small forward, whatever
Okay.
the case may be, whatever name you want to use, right?
Right.
But you're engineer now, right?
We're
So you
still
make
gonna be
more than
boys
I do,
though. But
huh?
okay. But we still boys though. So when you come up though,
Which,
I'm like, hey, by the way, we're going out to dinner. I'm taking you
yes,
out. We're gonna have some
right.
fun. You might
That's
not
it.
remember tomorrow, but like we're not gonna worry about it because we're just gonna have fun.
We're gonna go back to where we left off at, right? So
Exactly.
that's what we at today. You know what I mean? So it's like it's never been like that because even when I was there, I was the one to take care of them
Okay.
because I was the older one. Remember, I told you I took a year and a half off from high school.
Oh, actually, okay. But keep going. Keep going.
Yeah, so when I went to California, I was 20, but approaching 21.
Okay. Sheesh.
Right. So these are like my little brothers to me, right? So we
That's
live in so
amazing.
yeah, so everything we're doing is because something I wanted to do type of deal. So now, like, we fast forward 15, 20 years later,
Now they're
whatever they
taking care
want
of
to do,
you. That's what's
they
up.
take
That's
care of me.
good.
But yeah, at the same time, we take care of each other. So it's like, hey, I want to do this. If I say no, they're gonna be like, okay, well, you ain't gotta do it, bro. You good? Because they know I'm trying. If I gotta wake up tomorrow for games, probably not gonna make it, bro.
Shit. Say
But
less.
if my
Exactly.
games are 4 o'clock or 3 o'clock, anytime afternoon, I can make that happen because I know myself, right? But
Right.
if the game's at 8 o'clock in the morning, bro,
It's
veto
not
that
happen.
scratch that. You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying?
No,
Because
exactly.
I know you
Exactly.
guys. You guys are out here trying to have fun. You guys are gonna live your best life. I'll see you
Okay.
guys at 10 o'clock for what you call pre-funk dinner. You know what
Okay.
I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Have
yeah, yeah.
dinner, reminisce. Y'all go that way, I go this way. You know what I'm saying? They could link up again. You know what I'm saying? So like I'm just blessed to have good people in my life, bro, honestly, because I would not be where I'm at if I didn't meet the right people. Because you from California. California's brutal, bro.
Oh no, dude. It's you gotta have friends, man. You gotta have
California's
friends
brutal.
because they'll eat you alive.
A lie, especially with a fake person. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Like everybody grabs to you because I'm a real person. Like there's like, man, I don't know. I ain't never been nobody like you, bro. I say what I say when I say it.
I think it also might be
There's
just
no,
like a Southern California thing though, because like man, it's a different kind down there though. I mean, I think it's just because everyone's trying to get the bag, everyone's also just trying to get ahead though. So it's like if they gotta step over you or step on you to get it, people be doing that. It's crazy.
they would do it for sure. Right. But for me, like what I learned playing college basketball in California, especially in Southern California. So Southern
Mm,
California, that's why I love Southern California the most because Southern California to me is like me minus 10 speed. If you take what 10 speeds from California, that's me, right? Because yes, I want to be in the limelight. Yes, I want to be noticed, but I'm not going to step on your toes for me to get noticed, right?
mm,
I'm not going to take advantage of you for me to get ahead of you.
yeah, because it's like
I rather meet you where you at and let's grow together, right? And my team is better today because nobody else doing that.
yeah, no, absolutely. And I mean, from clearly what you're saying with the story though, it's like because you have been kind of more kind, kind of been a bit more friendlier though. And like you've had more opportunities because you've been patient, because you've been helping out other people though. I mean, from
Facts.
literally the Vegas story you just said, I mean, like I'm out. I got family in Vegas. It's my wife's family though, but like, sheesh, man, if I had like engineer friends in Vegas, man, let's just say it will be a very fun, memorable week. You know what I'm saying? Like it would be
Right.
it would be nice. But you know what? We're getting a little off topic, having a great time. I did want to know. So we got to state. How do we go back to Portland? Because how do we graduate college? What happens there?
Okay, so we went back to Portland because two reasons. My
Okay.
best friend, the reason why I went to college in the first place, my boy Craig, he had a daughter at the time.
Was he the one that left?
Yes.
The okay.
So at that time, he had a daughter. Like who was like a year and a half, 2 years old.
All right.
And at the same time, my mom was diagnosed with diabetes. Diabetes.
All
No,
right.
no, dialysis. My mom had needed a kidney transplant.
Yeesh. Man.
So I have that rare blood type to where I could transplant anything type of deal.
Okay.
So I went 6 months of not doing anything stupid. You know what I'm saying? To make sure I flush my body out, make sure my kidney is strong as possible. I could transfer it to my mom's.
Right.
So I moved back to try to save my mom's life at the same time, make sure that my goddaughter had a father figure around. So that was the main reason why I came back to Portland,
I mean, this is crazy.
right?
Like, how young were you? How young were you when all this happened, though? Because I mean, like, you gotta have been like barely in your 20s.
T4,
I mean, dude, that's a lot
25
of
ish.
responsible decisions. I mean, I'm proud of you and like good on you for doing that. But I mean, like, you were just starting your life though, and I mean, you're doing a
Man,
lot. Or
I had a whole girlfriend, bro. We had aspirations, we had dreams together, like we had goals. Like she wanted to give up her life to come live with my life. I told her, I said, yo, I can't do that. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not fair to you that you want to live what you got going on to come live with me over here because I don't know what's gonna happen when I get back home.
facts, man.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's not, you know what I mean? Like we can't do that because she still had 2 more years to graduate, and I was gonna transfer from Long Beach City to Portland State. So my
Right,
original plan was going from Long Beach City to Long Beach State. Once she finished up at Long Beach City, so we go graduate, so she can meet me at Long Beach State. I took 2 credits at Long Beach State, and then all that started transferring. So I transferred to Portland State.
okay,
I was like, oh, I might as well go back to Portland because it's still a state school, so my credits is transferable.
right.
So I came back to Portland, spent a year and a half going back and forth because she still want to be with me, and I'm the type of person, if I believe I'm a cancer to your life, I would just delete myself out your life,
Right,
if that makes sense. I'm not gonna let you hold on to me.
exactly.
I'm like, back to your episode. I don't want to be anchored to nobody's life, right? Because an anchor is somebody that's pulling somebody down from where they want to become, right?
True.
Like a boat. The boat's trying to leave. You can't leave unless you release the anchor.
Well, makes
So
sense.
I'm that person. I want to release myself out of your life so you can flourish and become who you want to become without worrying about me.
Yeah.
And I cried my heart off. You know what I'm saying? I cried, but at the same time, this I had to make, right?
I
Because I
mean,
love my mom more.
right.
I love my mom more, and my goddaughter is 2 years old at the time. She gonna need me. I might not have the energy that you want out here, because I don't know how I'm gonna be emotionally detached to you while you're here looking for me to be your confidant because you don't know nobody here but me.
Yeah.
You know what
I
I'm
know.
saying? So she didn't understand that it took us a year and a half for us to actually officially break up to where she's like, you know what? Because she was willing to buy her top flights here and buy flights there. I said, that's financially stressed. That's a lot of stress financially.
Yeah, it is, man.
You know what
And
I'm
it's
saying?
it's
Like,
completely different like worlds though. I mean, it's you mind if I ask though, was it a white woman, black woman, Mexican,
nah, she was Japanese.
Japanese? Oh shit.
Yeah.
Okay, look at you. Okay, all
Hey,
right.
man. I'm international, bro.
Man, between you and me, absolutely. I like to enjoy the whole buffet, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm not
Right.
afraid to try a little bit of everything. But I love my wife. I
Yeah.
love my wife. Shout out. Shout out
Yeah, you
Brittany. I love you,
should.
baby.
Don't get us beat up, bro. I met her.
No.
I met her, but don't get us beat
Sheesh.
up, bro.
Well, no, just because I mean, the only reason I brought that up or I asked though is because like kind of what you were saying about the whole Santa Rosa or just like Portland, kind of how it is though, kind of like racially or just kind of like culturally. It's like it's sometimes a culture shock to people. She actually might have dug in that area though, but I mean like was it rough going from Cali where you saw like, a little bit of everybody, growing up with everybody to going back to Portland and just kind of, I mean, was it difficult that transition? I mean, clearly you were breaking up with her, but
It's not as rough when I left Florida to come to Portland,
okay, it's fair.
right? Because that's my first culture shock when I left Florida to come to Portland when I first came to America.
And you kind of were familiar with it already.
When I went to California,
Yeah,
yeah. So when I went to California, I enjoyed that because you know what I'm saying, like this is what I want to be around, right?
exactly.
Because in Florida, I was kind of confined I was confined in my little international space,
Hmm.
right? With all the what do you call it, refugees, right?
Okay,
I was literally in the place where all the refugees were at, and then come here, there's no refugees nowhere. And then go to California, all the refugees are free, like everybody living everywhere. So you could
exactly.
tell we fresh off Japan boat. You fresh off Korea boat. You fresh off Mexico boat. You fresh off, you know what I'm saying? Like everybody's just, but they're not confined to one spot. If that
Right,
makes
right, right.
sense.
Yeah, yeah.
So I definitely love California for sure. Like if I had a place to choose to live, if I could afford it, I'd definitely go back to Southern California for sure.
Oh man, absolutely. But I mean,
Right.
hey, if you didn't come back up here, we wouldn't be having this conversation. You wouldn't be starting your program though. So I mean, things
And I
happen.
would have no kids. Well,
Right.
not these kids. I probably have kids, but not by these. But yeah.
No, no, I get you saying. Well, so okay. So what did you end up what was the degree that you ended up choosing for graduating? I mean, because like you were going back, did you pick up basketball yet again when you went back to PSU?
No, I did not.
So tell me about that. Tell me about that.
So when I came back from California, I had hurt my ankle before I left California playing pickup ball.
Okay.
I had so this how tough my pain tolerance is. I had fractured my ankle. Didn't know I thought I just sprained it.
Okay.
So I spent 2 weeks just, thinking it's pain, it's just walking around, trying to deal with it type of stuff, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And then just found out that it was actually fractured.
I just broke my ankle like a couple months ago, so I know all about that pain. And so you were walking on it, like you didn't even realize it until you're like, ow, like what's going
No,
on?
it
Like,
was hurting, but I thought it was just I thought it was just like I, th- I, I thought it was I thought it was just like a sprain. You know what I mean? Because
yeah,
I didn't think it hurt that bad to
I
where I
feel
could
it.
just
Oh,
not do
oh
nothing.
man, I'm just gonna keep putting my full weight on this. We'll be all right. We'll be fine. Just it's gonna
Right.
hurt. But okay, so you messed up your ankle, didn't even realize until you probably got back there, and then what happened?
So I realized that when I get back from Portland, because I'm playing pickup ball at PSU.
Oh, it's the fucking ankle. Ah.
Yeah, I went to go make a cut on that same ankle,
Hmm.
and I said like another like a double crack. So I went to I could not now I cannot even put no pressure on my foot
Yeah, that'll
like
do it,
at all.
man.
Like I'm hopping on one foot to a nurse's office. They was like, yeah, they did. You know how they little metal test where they hit your ankles and stuff
Yeah,
to see what the pressure point, the metal, the hurt, the pain is at.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
It was like, yeah, you might want to go see a doctor. I think you might have broken or fractured your ankle. I said, no, I don't think I did all that. Sure enough, I go there, put me in the boot for like 2.5 months. You know what I'm
Mm.
saying? And now, yeah, that was the end of that.
So I was in sports. I mean, that's gotta be rough because I mean, like you were thinking about like was that the dream? Was that you were going to play college sports, keep practicing your craft, get better, and then get picked up by a team? Was that like the goal? Was that the plan?
Yeah.
And then that changed. That's man, I don't know. That's oh, that's gotta have been rough though. So I mean, so that happened. You got the boot on the foot. You're taking care of your mom. You're being a godfather to your goddaughter. What was the backup plan then, or what did you decide to do then? Were you just like, okay, I'm just gonna do this instead, or what was your
Honestly, I ain't gonna lie to you, Tristan. When I
don't?
came here, I came here blind, bro. Okay, because in California, my plan was to be a commentator,
Okay.
right? My plan is to be a commentator and evolve into an actor. Remember, I told you I went to California, I was a model.
No, okay, no, I do not remember this. Okay, so and you got
After high school, I didn't want to go to college right away for a year. I spent a year and a half modeling and just
okay,
right. So I was making money doing that. So it's like for me, I always want to be like in the movie scenes, something on TV.
right.
That was my dream. That's one was where I got to Southern California. 'Cause I'm like, man, there's no way in heck I'm not gonna make it out here. Yes, it's one in a minute that can make it, but I got better odds of making it on TV than I do being in Portland.
That's facts. Okay.
So when I came to Portland, I was like, yeah, okay, well, there goes that dream. But yeah, so my aspirations were to actually be a commentator or something to do with TV.
Right.
Right. I don't care what it was, but I want to be on TV so everybody can see me, everybody can get my energy.
Especially with your smack talking, man. I mean, like you'd be hecka funny on Sports Center, just like
Right.
roasting basketball
Facts.
players. Like I could see
Right.
it. I could see
I
it.
could have been Stephen A. Smith right now.
Man, think about the money you'd be making, but that's side the point. So you're thinking about doing
Man,
that.
come on, bro.
Did you
Yeah, so
yeah,
so I
keep
came back to Portland. I was lost in the sauce, didn't know what I want to do with myself.
mhm.
So I'm working side jobs. You know what I'm saying? Like this is a dead end jobs, but like these are not jobs that this is not career jobs. Like I worked at a couple warehouse jobs. I even flipped tires at one point, you know what I'm saying? Just so I could stay fit,
Sheesh.
right? Because I was like, I couldn't afford a membership at no gym no more. So I'm just gonna get in a warehouse job and a tire flipping job so I could just be able to just lift and work out type of deal, if that makes sense, right?
Yeah, no, it does.
So 2 years into it, that's when I met my player I told you about, Darwin,
Okay. Yeah.
right? And that's when the light went off in my head. I said, well, you ain't got shit else going for yourself. Might as well save somebody else's life. You know what I'm saying? So Northstarz was birthed from that.
So I mean that's interesting though. So you were at a place where you had no idea like kind of what was going on with your life. You didn't have any real direction. You meet this little kid being a knucklehead, but like you see like again, hey, he also has no direction and you kind
Right.
of find your direction by helping give
Through
him
him.
direction.
Yep.
Interesting.
And now
Okay.
that same kid on his team was like 8 kids.
Uh-huh.
Now we got 45 kids in my program from the beginning to the end.
That's
You know what
crazy.
I'm saying? Like it's like, and mind you, the older, like I said, the older kids 24, 25. My youngest group of kids is 8, 9. You know what I'm saying? Mind you, my two kids that I came out of my nutsack are 11 and 8 years old.
Right, right,
So
right.
do the math, bro.
As
You know what I'm
kids
saying?
as kids be doing coming out of
Right.
nutsacks. So
Yeah.
it's just, I mean, did you even imagine when you were talking to it was Dawit, right? That's his name,
That
Dawit?
would, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Did
that
you
would.
even imagine like it would kind of look like this or it would evolve into this kind
No,
of full program?
never. Never.
Like what were your original thoughts when you picked him up? You're just like, "Hey man, this is just a kid who just needs help. Like I want to be helpful."
It's just a kid. I was gonna just take him under my wing. You know what I'm saying? I was just gonna take him under my wing and just come help him navigate through life.
I mean, it's I
But
don't
he
know,
kept
man.
inviting friends. He kept more and more friends, he find more friends. So I could not deny those kids. I feel like, okay, so all those kids are deprived too.
I mean, you got one thing right about the church is that you got that servant's heart, man. Like you're giving your time, you're giving your love. Like that's
But that comes from my grandfather. Remember, I told you my grandfather owned the church. So we had a lot of missionaries come stay with us growing up. So like being a servant is a way of life, right?
amen. Amen.
You have to be a servant to somebody, or else you're wasting your life. You know what I mean? Because somebody needs your help, somebody needs your gratitude, somebody needs your support, somebody needs you for something.
Amen.
If you go deny that person for what they need you for, what are you doing in life?
Exactly. You're living for
And there's no
yourself.
age, there's no age to success, right? There's no age to need for help. You know what I'm saying? Like it's people that like I don't care if I got $2 in my pocket. If I go to McDonald's and I'm with you, we're gonna buy $1 sandwiches, right? You get one, I get one.
If they had dollar sandwiches, but I know what you're saying though.
I'm talking
Exactly
about,
like
yeah, I'm just figuratively speaking, right? But I'm
yeah,
not
yeah,
gonna
yeah.
eat while you with me and let you starve next to me. Like that don't make no sense.
My grandfather was the same way.
Or we go to Safeway and spend the same $2 and buy a piece of steak or a piece of chicken and chop it up and make some rice with it, something to make it stretch, right? But
Exactly.
other than that, we all have to eat. I grew up in a we country, and I came to America. It's a me country.
Exactly. It's not me, it's we. My grandfather was the same way. Like he was like it's just like people just eat in front of other people. Like, oh, you ain't got no money? Well, I guess you're not eating. No, it's absolutely not. It's just like it's now there's just something communal about when you can share food with somebody. Because you're
Yes,
both eating the same thing, you're both like chatting. It's just like it goes back to that kind of human element I'm talking about, where we're just like we're in harmony right now. We're feeding each other, we're loving each other. It's just it's what's supposed to happen. So I feel you. And good on you. Definitely good on you for that. So
appreciate it.
all right. Well, man, so okay, it's great because now we're kind of roundabout right back to the program. So I mean, I'm mildly curious though, like so because it sounds like you're pretty full time with this program. I mean, like because it sounds like it's all from donations. So like you're able to
Yeah.
support your kids and these kids all from donations. Like you don't have like a side gig or
So
anything
I
else,
support
or
I support my kids from my kitchen business,
okay. Which yeah, he
right?
does have a kitchen business, folks. We're gonna plug his
Yes,
socials
Chimuku
and stuff.
cuisines.
You're gonna see all that stuff when we at the very
Yeah.
end. But
So Chimuku cuisines is my cooking business. So I'm actually going to sign a new contract here July 1st.
okay.
Um, so that's where I really support my kids from. Like the Northstar stuff, there's barely anything coming in to be 100% transparent. Because when I started it, I didn't have no kids. I did it to try to save these kids and save these parents, single parent homes that didn't have no ways to make ends meet. So now that we're here, we have kids. That's why I'm reaching out for donations and sponsorships because I have to figure out a way for my son to make these tournaments outside of state because I have to
Mm.
come out of pocket for these tournaments myself. With that now that's why I cannot afford, right?
No, makes sense.
I cannot afford for me and my son to travel abroad to play basketball tournaments. That's a fact. So when we do fundraisers for Northstarz basketball is because A, to get me and my son there, because without me, they cannot make it, right? And B, to support other kids that cannot make it on their own either.
Oh
I
man.
am blessed to have a couple of parents in the program that do have financial support to where they can kind of fund, not fund, but yeah, kind of like back up one tournament or two
Right.
if need be. If somebody's feeling short, they pick that kid up type of deal.
Okay. So at least you got
But
like the whole community vibe. At least, someone's helping you,
yes,
so you're not doing it
guaranteed.
all by yourself. Thank God.
Yes, no, I'm not. I'd be lying. I'd be lying to say I did. No, I have a couple parents on my team right now that always tell me, just let me know what kid cannot afford it this tournament. I pay for them to come, type of deal, right?
Praise God. That's man.
They pay for the tournament cost,
Lovely.
but they might not pay for their flight or nothing, but they pay for them to play. If that makes
Because
sense.
no, because I just know even anything with kids sports though. I mean, because we're talking about jerseys, you're talking about equipment though. It's just
Right.
travel expenses, food expenses. It's like it's an expensive kind of thing. I mean, I don't gotta tell you that because you're like, bro, tell me about it. Like, it's
Right.
expensive every year. Sheesh.
But I also do camps too. Like I work as a camp counselor. I mean, camp trainer.
Okay,
So not and I and also I'm hired to train a couple of teams. You know what I'm saying? So I make my money elsewhere to it kind of supplements because my passion is still basketball. I still love basketball,
for sure.
right?
No, I mean it's
So
well.
I was going,
I was gonna say it was a sport you started with technically soccer though, but it's like but basketball seems like it was really like I mean it's a sport that kept you going. It didn't give you a
because
concussion.
basketball is way easier than soccer.
I can see that.
10 times easier than soccer. Basketball is 10 times easier than soccer. You can ask anybody that plays soccer and play basketball.
That's hilarious. They're
Ten
like,
times
bro,
easier. Because guess what? Their field is 150 yards long, 150, 120 yards wide, right? So imagine covering all that ground. Basketball is not that big, bro.
absolute man, dude. You don't got. I'm a chubby little fat kid.
I can get from one to the other rim in 5 steps, bro.
Absolutely no, exactly. No, hey man, straight up though, like no, I'm not running that much. I'm running like just from one end of the field to the other. I'm already tapping out. I'm like, bro, I can't no more. I'm done. I got to
Right.
sit down. My knees are just nah, it's not happening. It's not happening. Well, shoot. Well, and I was actually looking at your I just added you on Insta, but I was actually looking at your cuisine page though, and Smack and Cheese, man. I love that name. So
Yes.
so tell me about that. What's in Smack and Cheese?
I can't tell you what's in smack. If I tell you, you ain't gonna make it yourself. You ain't
Uh,
gonna buy it.
that's true.
So I call it smack and cheese because when you eat it, you're gonna smack for sure.
Oh no,
Like
dude.
I will bet my
Is,
smack is
is
against
that it
anybody
right
else smack and
there?
cheese.
I know it's kind of hard to tell, but is that it? Does that look familiar?
Yes, sir.
Oh, dude, that crispy corn. Oh man, that looks.
So I make the cheese before I put it with the shells, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I'm not gonna say what cheese I use. So I put cheese in the pot with whatever ingredients I use in it, right?
Mm-hmm.
I let that simmer overnight and it's seasoned on top of that. So when I make the shells, I put the shells in the pan and I add my ingredients to that pan and then
Mm.
put the cheese in it, whisk it up together, you know what I'm saying, and put it in the oven
Just gotta
and let
bake
the
it.
top get crusted.
Oh yeah. Mm.
My mouth watering thinking about it right
Dude,
now.
like facts. That's exactly what's happening with me because I'm just like, oh man,
Right.
I'm just like, just I just be eating garbage.
My best dishes are smack and cheese,
Okay.
my oxtails, my collard greens, and then my red beans.
I was gonna say I was looking at the collard greens though. So like I said, I mean I
Yeah,
got a beautiful, beautiful wife though. So let's just say that I've tried the gauntlet of collard greens though. Her granny makes some pretty good collard greens though, but I mean like I'm mildly curious to try yours though, because
I would bet against her too.
I'm like, man,
There was only reason I say that because my collard greens have no protein in it. I have no meat in my collard greens.
okay, that's because I that's a bold choice, my friend.
They're not boiled either. They're
Okay,
sauteed.
interesting. All right, okay.
So my collard greens are sauteed. So I chop up and I keep my stock in my collard greens. Most people rip the leaves off the collard greens,
Hmm.
right? I chop up my collard greens with the stock in it because the ingredients, the nutrients are in the stock.
Okay. And then what else is in the collard greens? And how? Just kidding, just
A
kidding.
lot
There
of
you go.
love.
There you go. There you go. How much love? A quarter? Half a cup?
Yeah,
How
yeah.
much? Let me
So yeah,
know.
so my culture, like, we don't put no meat in our sides. Like, if you
Mm.
ever get my red beans, they don't have no meat in them, right? Because we already got a bunch of meat cooked. Make sense?
Is that a well? I mean, I was watching. I think it was the movie Soul Food. But like, tell me,
Mhm.
maybe tell me the reason why. Why not meat in those dishes too? Is it because that way they don't become veggie dishes? They just become meat with veggies in it? Or
No, no, no. Because so let's say if a lot of Americans like to put ham hocks in their greens, right?
yeah,
If I already have a whole ham on the side, why do I put more ham in my greens,
makes sense.
right?
And I mean, like, it's
Let's go to red beans.
okay.
If I already got a whole what you call it, beef shank,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Why am I gonna put more again? Even just more beef shank or just more meat? No, it makes sense. And it's also like it's
we're saving money.
saving money and also probably saving lives because you gotta think about like all that salt, all that stuff,
Right.
man. I mean, like we're not trying to kill anybody here though, so I
No.
gotcha. I gotcha.
So a lot of my dishes are 100% natural. What do you call it?
Vegetarian maybe or
No, not vegetarian.
organic maybe. No, not quite that either. I think I know what you're talking about, but
Nah, man, I just had the word. It slipped out of my mouth. Like, we healthy. We eat healthy as much as we can, right?
okay. Yeah, that mac and cheese does not look healthy. It looks delicious, but
If I'm already eating beef on the side, right?
you don't need extra beef.
My colon's already taken care of, right? Now I'm putting extra money, extra on my intentions, right?
Right. Yeah.
If I eat the greens without meat in them, right? Now that's counterparting with the meat,
Okay. No, it makes
right?
sense. It makes sense.
So even when I make my cabbage, right? People put bacon in their cabbage, right? They chop up bacon, put in their cabbage. Why would I put meat in my cabbage? The veg is supposed to be a veggie,
Exactly. Exactly.
right? So that's what we do in my culture. But don't some of us still do it, but in my family tree, we don't put meat in our greens like that.
It's
Unless I don't have enough meat to supply
yeah.
the party,
No, of
right?
course.
So if I only got like, let's say if I only got 4 oxtails, but I got 2 bags of beans.
Mm.
Yeah, I probably go put the oxtails in the beans
A little bit. Exactly. If that's all you're bringing, then
to
yeah,
stretch
might
it
as
out,
well.
right?
Yeah.
That's different. But if I'm not gonna make a whole batch of oxtails
Okay.
and then put oxtails in my beans too.
No, it makes sense. It makes sense.
Right.
And I'm just glad too because again, like I said, it's just like we're kind of in the keeping people alive business though. And don't get me wrong, I love
Yes.
me some bacon. I love me some pork and anything
Me
though. But
too.
I mean, if I be sucking down pork half the time, I mean, like you can't tell. I'm not a little round. I'm a little more circular though. I don't need any more. Like so I thank you for doing what you can to help fat little kids like me. So God bless you. Thank you very much. Yeah. So let's talk about, I mean, bro, I didn't even realize, okay, like man's a chef, he's a coach, he's a mentor, he does it all. He's a brilliant. You got a girlfriend? You got wife? Got wifey?
Um, I don't like to speak about my personal life because a lot of haters out there, but to be transparent,
Mhm.
not technically. That makes
Okay.
sense.
All right.
Yeah.
So ladies, about his phone number is 50. I'm just kidding. I'm not gonna touch it. But I
Yeah.
mean, but hey, it's
503, follow me.
yeah, the five exactly. Now we'll put his instas though. So if you're trying to slide in the DMs though, we got you. But you got to be well. I'm gonna get in trouble. I was just gonna think I was gonna say something. I was like, my wife's gonna listen to this. I'm gonna get in trouble. But uh, no, it's just that it's just so cool because like that's why I love doing this cast is because like I get to meet people and know a whole different side of them. Where it's like, hey, I thought I just knew this and found out there's all this layers and depth, and it's just like, I mean, I just love the fact that you've just always kind of had this giving heart, and it sounds like you ain't even remotely done giving, and you're gonna keep doing that.
Nah,
So.
I can't. I can't be, bro. I told you my grandfather was a preacher, bro, and a brain surgeon.
And a brain surgeon.
You know what I'm saying? My mother rest in peace. Actually, let me go back. My grandfather was a preacher and a brain surgeon. His wife, my grandmother, was a midwife, right?
Mm, right.
And a deacon at his church. And then my mother was a college professor back home.
Mm,
And then my
damn.
father is an entrepreneur. So it's like
Okay.
I come from a long line of selflessness, if that makes sense, right?
Yeah, no, yeah.
When you're doing a service, you can't do a service for yourself. I
Amen.
mean, like, so it's hard for me. Like, people always say, "Man, you're doing too much for everybody else." I can't help it. How can I help it? You know what I'm saying? Like, I would spend my last dime with somebody before I keep it to myself.
Just make sure that every once in a while you stop and do take care of yourself though. Because like I am the firm believer though, it's like mental health's important and more than anything, man, it's just like I love the generosity and kindness you have, but it's like someone's got to take care of Jossie. Like plain simple. And I hope you have some days where you take care of Jossie because he needs it too. Especially the stuff you've been telling me, man. Like I know for a fact sometimes you have to have days where you gotta be lazy, where you gotta be
That's
hopefully
my
not doing
Thursdays.
something. And he's doing this with me, folks. Exactly. Even on his
Yeah,
days off where he's doing nothing, he's coming on here doing podcasts, me asking all the
yeah.
dumb questions in the world, man. Well, hey, I appreciate you still coming through, man.
But it's God's work, bro. It's God's work, bro. You know what I'm
Amen.
saying?
Amen. Well, shoot, I think this is actually a good point to let's just even let's get your socials. Let's get like some information so if people want to either help support, help reach out to you, they can know about it. And then I'm thinking we go into a couple more questions, and I think we're gonna, the buzzer's about to call though. Like we got like 2 minutes left on the
Okay.
game, so
Okay.
we're just gonna vibe out and see what goes. So yeah,
All
if
right.
if people want to get a hold of you, how can they get a hold of you?
I'm easy to get a hold of. You can Google my name, first and last name, Jasse Chimuku. My number's online because I got two businesses. So you can follow me Instagram via Northstars underscore basketball
Okay.
or
Well,
Facebook. On Facebook, it's Northstars basketball. Stars with the Z, that is, please.
and that's all
And
space
then
too. It's
it's
North
all
Space
space, correct?
Stars Space
Yep.
Basketball, and that's just for Facebook.
Yep. And then Instagram is North Stars, one word underscore basketball.
Right.
And then Chimuku Zines on Facebook is spaced out.
Instagram it is not. It is altogether one word. And folks, don't worry. We're gonna put this in the description. So if you're curious, you trying to get some schmack and cheese though, trying to get some healthy collard greens, because I did not think that was a word I'd say out loud. They are healthy ones. We'll send you the links so you can go get yourself a good old plate.
All my sides are vegans. My sides are vegans and vegetarian.
But not the Mac though. The Mac's that's got lots of dairy in it, right?
The smack is vegetarian, but not vegan.
Okay, yeah.
Smack is
Wonderful.
not a side.
Nah. Oh, okay.
That's the main dish.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah, he's looking for you up.
Okay. I mean, I'm looking at it. It looked thick. Let's just say that. It looked like the good kind of thick, my friend.
If you want to experience some African cuisine, I got some goat stew for you. I got some lamb stew. I got lamb chops. I can make a little
Ooh.
bit of everything. I specialize in African cuisine, but American infused, if that makes sense.
If you try to be cultured, you come here. So don't worry. We've been putting that in the links though. And also, we talked about this off the call though, but for your camps coming up, or that you were trying to raise some funds, maybe help a kid, either go to these camps, again, these are kids maybe from a single parent, just needs a break from their kids, just like get some experience, get some knowledge, get some good mentoring though. What's a good, we don't have like an official donation thing, but like here you got a Cash App or a Zelle. Let's maybe not give the Zelle out, but what's your Cash App?
The Cash App is money sign JASSECHIMUKU senior. And then when you cash up that's going you're gonna show you're gonna say North Stars afterwards.
Okay. I see
So
that.
once you put that in Cash App, it's gonna say North Stars.
All right.
And I send my account is attached to that's Zelle too, which is my phone number, which I'm not gonna say out loud.
No, no, exactly though. That's for
Right.
me. You gotta
Yeah.
earn that, people. You gotta paint next to the man to do that. All right. Well, hey man, seriously, Jossie, I gotta say it's been a pleasure. We're not done yet. I'm keeping you around at least for a couple more minutes though, but I want to pick your brain with some other questions, kind of go from there. I mean, this is a favorite question I always like asking though. So first off, I mean, do you like sports movies?
Heck yeah.
Okay. What would you say is your favorite?
I have two favorites.
All right.
Uh if I was picking a football movie, you'd be Remember the Titans,
Okay. Classic choice.
right? And the
Okay.
reason why is because he brought two different worlds together to perform a task.
Mhm.
You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying?
No,
Like those kids did not get along at the beginning of that movie. There was button heads. By mid-season, they became best friends where they were fighting for each other in a segregated country.
Exactly. Just showing the hope that, hey, this is what happens when we join
So
together.
that movie explains my life and how I believe life should be, right? Like we come from different cultures, but we can still work together.
Amen. Plus, it's got Denzel in it. Anything Denzel's in, man, he's
Anything
just it.
Denzel, I'm with it. Right.
Exactly. The man do
And
good.
then Above the Rim is a good movie too, but that's not one of my favorite though.
All right. All right.
When it comes to basketball, I would say Coach Carter.
See, I didn't want to be. I thought that was too easy. Because I was like I was getting Coach Carter vibes from you, but
Nah, I say Coach Carter. That's how I am.
okay.
I coach like Coach Carter. I'm in your face. I demand nothing but the best from you. I'm gonna love you hard. I'm gonna
Exactly.
protect you as much and give you all the guys you need. It's up to you to take it or leave it.
Exactly.
You know what I'm
No,
saying? So those are my two favorite sports movies via
be
sport.
about it. Be about
Yeah.
it or do something about it. I feel it though. Yeah. Any
Period.
baseball man at all? You like baseball?
If I was to pick baseball, ooh I don't know baseball like that.
There's have you seen 42?
It'd be a cheesy one if I had to pick a baseball one. I ain't gonna say it because it's too cheesy, bro.
No, no, no. Please, please, please. Is it you talking about Field of
I
Dreams
forgot the name.
or
It's the one with Adam Sandler. Is it
oh
Adam
wait.
Sandler?
No, no, no. You think of the golf. Yeah, are you talking about Happy Gilmore?
Yeah, that's golf, huh?
Yeah, that's golf. That's
I
golf.
like golf. I like that.
Okay. You know what's a
But
really
what's the
sick
baseball
movie?
one with is the cheesy 2-1-2 where it's like with the dog and stuff, the big ass red dog.
Okay, let me see. Big Red Dog Baseball. Because I know if, as far as like baseball movies, there's like Field of Dreams. They got League of Their Own. I was gonna recommend 42, the Jackie Robinson one with Wakanda,
I
Black
seen that
Panther.
one.
Yeah, no,
I seen
that's
that one.
I love that.
That's not bad. I'll take that one.
Okay.
Put me
All
down for
right.
42 for sure.
Okay.
But
So
I'm like I said, I don't know baseball, so I like the cheesy one. Like I'll say it's gonna be cheesy because I like to laugh.
no, you ever see A League of Their Own? The female baseball movie?
No, I don't think so.
It's great. It's like Tom Hanks, like as soon as he comes on the scene,
That's
takes
what I'm Tom Hanks. When I said
okay.
that, I was talking to Tom Hanks.
Okay, yeah, then that's it. That's the movie. League of Their Own. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh, see, look, me being look, that's my racist. That's me being racist right there, bro. Tom Hanks not Adam Sandler, bro.
That's a little funny. Oh my God. They be looking the same. That's super funny. He actually called me Tom Hanks, people. Like he need like we got off the call. It's like, is that Tom Hanks? Oh, but fucking A. Okay. Well, okay. So Mr. Coach Carter. Then we got shit. Okay. That's fun. Then we got Remember the Titans. So those are some solid choices and a league of their own. Man, you got it's a good palette right there. It's a good palette in
Right.
movies right there, sports movies. Okay. All right. So, I mean, and you kind of answered that question about your overall coaching philosophy is like kind of Coach Carter vibes. Is like I'm
Yes,
gonna
sir.
work you hard. I'm gonna love you
Yep.
hard.
Yep. And I'm gonna unify you guys like the Remember Titans did.
So let me ask you this. I mean, do you have like a favorite workout or drill, or like let's say a kid's being really like kind of shitty. He doesn't want to listen. He's like, man, like Jasse, you don't know nothing. I don't want to listen to you. Like, what are you gonna do to get that kid kind of on track
What
or
I'm gonna do
like,
is I'm gonna ask the kid what they want to do first.
okay,
Right. So when I meet a kid, I don't want the kid to come where I'm at.
okay,
I meet the kid to where they're at. Right. Because at the end of the day, like my job's to elevate these kids, not to break them down. So if they
amen,
come to my gym and I just make them do what I want them to do, they're gonna leave.
okay,
Right. So I'm gonna ask the kid, the first question I ask the kid, do you like basketball? Yeah. What's your favorite part about basketball? Like what do you like about basketball? Right.
mm,
So when I answer that question, it's gonna tell me that's gonna kind of let me know what I can do with them.
okay,
Right. And I put them just regular drills, left hand dribbles, right hand dribbles, see what the skill set is. Some kids that come to me that been dribbling their whole life, but never shot a ball before.
right.
Yeah, some kids that come to me that already shot the ball, but never dribbled before. Right. So it's not my job to critique you before I meet you. Right. My job is to kind of let you be comfortable, make you come out of your shell.
I was just gonna say because like, what if they didn't know what position? Or they don't know anything about basketball. It's like if that's
That's
kind of
even
like
better.
you figure it out with them,
For me,
or
that's even better because now I can mold you.
okay,
Right. So now I can walk you through it and show you what you can become. Right. Versus a cat like I don't say I don't like kids that come to me all these seasons
hmm
because when a kid comes to me all this season, now I kind of like maneuver them towards my liking, my coaching style, right?
No, it
He
makes
already come
sense.
to me with we already come to me with skills. But if he come to me with no skills, guess what? I'm gonna build you up. When you come up, you're gonna get your confidence from me,
Make that
right?
foundation. I got you. I
Make the
got you.
foundation. I'm all about foundation. Without foundation, you can't build a home,
Okay. Well,
right?
let me
So, and
keep going.
just to back up a little bit, like I have 3 kids. I had 3 of my starters get taken from my team in the last year
Hmm.
by another program, right?
Okay.
And I'm not mad about it. That makes me feel good. Because when those kids came to my program, there wasn't nothing,
That's true. That's fair.
right? So I built them up. Somebody's sitting in the gym and they, oh, hey man, come to my gym, man. I got your da da da. And the parents decided to go the other way. I'm not mad about none of that. Am I
It,
hurt? Yes, I am hurt,
but you
right?
planted the
Because
seed.
we building something. But at
But
the same
you,
time, guess
yeah,
what? It's a transfer portal. The transfer is open in the NIL league. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
So I'm treating this like college.
that makes sense.
Yeah, I'm gonna build you up. You might leave it tomorrow. I'm not even mad about it. I mean, I did my job.
Makes sense, especially since like you
Nobody recruits kids that can't play.
exactly. Well, let me ask you, I mean, have you ever had a particularly difficult kid where maybe it wasn't as easy as that? Where it's like you had to put a long work to try to figure out what was going on, or like you just it took a minute for you to get to that point where either he felt like listening or like you can
Oh
kind of get in his
man,
head.
we're going back to when I started my program,
Okay.
right? I had a kid named Ronald Harris. You know what I'm saying? Like this kid, great talent, was messing up at school. So remember, I told you if you mess up at school, you can't play, right? But I
Okay.
still took my philosophy still stands to this day.
Okay.
If I get bad accolades from school, you're not playing this tournament. If your mom and dad call me about something, you're not playing this tournament, type of deal, right?
Mm.
So this kid, you know what I'm saying, is like he's a great kid, but he's angry. He was
Mm.
angry. I'm like, bro. So I had to ask him multiple times, like, what you mad about? Man, don't worry about it, coach. Just do basketball, right?
It's like,
So
no,
one day I
that's not
decided to
my
go to,
question. Why are you so angry? I'm
right.
so
You know what I'm
mad.
saying? Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. It's not your business. I was like, so one day, finally, I'm saying me and him went for a walk. He get to my house, he hung out, see how I live and stuff. This is before I had kids.
Okay.
Get to my house, see I'm living. Oh, this your place, coach? Yeah, it's my place. At that time, I was living in a studio apartment on Belmont, right?
Okay.
So he's like,
Sick.
"Oh,
Sick.
okay, it's not bad, but I thought you had a bigger house than this." Right. So now he opening up. Right. Exactly. Right. So now we
Where's
open
your
up to each
house,
other.
kid? Shit.
You're right. So we start talking. And I opened up. He opened up to the fact that he's in 4th grade raising himself.
Damn.
Dad and mom work graveyards. Right. So
Sheesh.
when he gets home from school, I mean when he gets home from practice, he
No
has
one's
to feed
there.
himself,
Sheesh,
and he had to
man.
wake himself up to go to school because mom and dad is asleep. So he might not go to sleep.
It's fair. Yeah.
Right. So until I found out, I did not know why he was so angry because he's angry because he deprived of sleep for one. He messed up at school, so he knows he's gonna be mad. I'm angry. He's not gonna play this weekend. So then from there we start dialoguing more. Right? I'm like, hey, bro, let me know what's going on so I can help you. I cannot help you if I don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
Right? So the more he opened up, the more I was able to help him. The more I got the parents to respect me and to put me on his caseload at school to where I go to the parent meetings for them, right? I could pop up at school when he's messing up, or even when he's not messing up. When there's good, I pop up at school and just give him praise.
That's
So
crazy.
now, that same kid we're talking about, he got his own apartment. He got a beautiful son with his
Hey,
girlfriend at 22 years old. You know what I'm saying?
praise
And
God.
mind you, he comes from a history of gang life.
We know about that.
To me, that's the best kid coming out of my program. Like
Absolutely.
I he calls me at least once or twice a month at least,
Hey, man.
right?
Shit, that's
comes
what I
up
gotta
comes up
love.
to the house, hangs out with me. You know what I'm saying? Like, what's up, coach? I'm out here. We want to come through. You're home. Yeah, come through, bro. It's good. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's an adult now, so we could be adult. We could, you know what I'm saying? We could adult together type. You know what I mean?
Exactly. No, no, that's
So he's like, what's up? Now he called me big bro now. He don't call me Coach Jasse. He call me, what's up, big bro? Bro, I'm old enough
making
to be a
fun of
dad,
me.
bro, but I'll take it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So
like exactly. It's like, bro, it's like I'm old man, but
right.
whatever.
So I got
I
2 kids right now in my current program that remind me a lot of him.
okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like from different cultures, but still same story, if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like with me having my own kids, it's like hard for me to try to engage them kids to come to my house
Mm.
because I don't want my kids to be influenced by that. If that makes sense, I protect my kids first now. Before that, I have no kids, so it's easy
Because
for me.
I was gonna ask because like does that kind of get like a little messy, or was that like messy in the beginning when you're trying to like differentiate between, okay, these are my kids here, but like also, because I mean, the fact that you're giving so
No, at the
much to these
beginning.
children, like that's
So at the beginning,
crazy.
I had no kids. Remember, it was just me.
But I mean, like when you started getting kids, though, or at least like when you started having your own children, like was that hard, kind of differentiating between like giving them enough attention, giving them enough like kind of guidance, and then also being for these in these kids' lives? Because I just feel like that's gotta been a lot, just take a lot out of
Yes.
you.
No. So that's the reason why I'm not married, right? Because I'm transparent. Because
Right.
a lot of women think that my time is free,
Mm,
right? For them, my time is free for the kids because these kids need me more than anybody else.
okay.
But yes, I'd love to spend time with you, babe. I would love to. I love to, but I gotta go to this workouts. I gotta go do this training because if I miss a day or two with these kids, I don't know what's gonna happen to these kids,
I mean, it's fair. That's fair.
right? So it's hard. Yeah, it's hard. It's heartbreaking for me because I do want to. I do want that intimacy. I do want that relationship status. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Right. So at the end of the day, it's like, so I got two sons myself. So I'm definitely not putting nobody in front of them. So after them, the other kids in my program come around. Right.
and
So now if you want some time, meet me at this gym. Right.
exactly.
Support
No,
me
no,
this
no.
way. So that way
You gotta keep up. Like seriously, we're moving. We're constantly moving. We're not sitting down. Like it's like you're either with me at the
I'm
gym
constantly
or
moving.
yeah.
Right. I'm talking about ADHD at the highest level, bro.
Man, you gotta tell me
You know
about
what I'm saying?
that.
Like
Oh, I know. I
me
know all
sitting
about
down, like
that.
even said, like I said, Thursday is my day where I could just do me. Right. And that's why I was able to plug you in on Thursday because I'm like, you know what? I want to be uninterrupted, right? I want to be settled. I want to be just mentally capable to hold a conversation, right?
Right.
Without being disturbed or disrupted. And I
Exactly.
was still disturbed and disrupted, as you noticed earlier in the episode,
And well, I
right?
mean, technically we didn't because we edited it out, but go off. Keep
Right.
going.
It's like, yeah, it's like so, it's my story of my life though. I mean, and I would never I would not change for my world. I would not change for nobody else in the world.
I
Like
mean, praise God.
I'm embedded in what I do. I love what I do because I feel like in my dear to my core in my heart, I'm doing what God put me on earth to do. Right?
And hey,
I'm gonna meet the right people. I'm gonna lose the wrong people.
the fact is, if you weren't supposed to do it, he'd stop that. Like if that wasn't the case, he'd be stopping it. And it doesn't sound like it's
Guaranteed.
stopping anytime soon. So,
Period. And my mom, rest in peace, she always told me, she was like, the people that respect you and adore what you're doing, they're gonna stick around.
amen. Amen.
Those that hate what you're doing, don't want to see what you're doing, they're gonna leave. As long as you're being transparent, you're being honest to you and them, they're gonna make the choice.
Exactly. No.
Right. So at the end of the day, I'm not in the business to keep somebody around that's gonna try to tell me you can miss practice. Why you always gotta practice? I don't got time to, oh, you cancel that tournament. I ain't got time for that. Because you don't know what the magnitude I'm dealing with these kids.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? You don't know what these kids are going through. Because I'm not going to share what this kid's going through with you because they don't know you, for one. And for two, that's their secret. So if I open up to you about these kids and you go blab your mouth about to somebody else about these kids,
Man, that would just
what that
ruin
make me look like?
everything. I bet, bro.
You know what I'm
Do
saying?
you understand like the trust and the foundations I have to have with these kids just for you to come around here, get in a tiffy because we can't go to the movies? Like, bro, like, come on, read the signs, man. Like, look what I'm doing
Come
here.
on.
Like,
Come on, bro. You want to go to the movies? Let's take the whole team to the movies.
shit. Exactly. Or it's like, hey, like we'll go to the movies, but I gotta take these 20 other kids with me. You mind paying for popcorn? Like, these kids like to eat. So,
Right.
man, effing it. Well, you know what? I just
That's why I do a lot of park events, right? Because that's park, going to the park is free. We do the
that's
power lifestyle. Everybody bring hot dogs and her burgers. I grill.
there you
Tell us,
go.
tell us, bring some sides, whatever. I don't give a shit. We can all hang out at the park. It's cheaper.
No smack and cheese though. You're not bringing that?
Oh, I'll bring that for sure.
Okay, okay. I know it's extra. I know it costs
These
extra.
kids love, every kid's love that.
I know. It's
Right.
plus like you know what? I mean, I just the way kids be eating though, it's just like sometimes like that stuff gets wasted on them. Just like it's whatever. And like, but bruh, your taste buds haven't even evolved yet. You don't even know the amazingness I just whipped up in the kitchen. Get out of here. This would be
Right.
mad
Oh
disrespectful.
no, bro. One thing I can bring to these kid park events that
hmm
gets gone
I
is the smack and cheese, bro.
I believe it. I believe.
The
I mean,
parents and his kids, like the kids first, but the parents like they be packing shit to go, so they're gonna cook dinner tonight, type shit. You know what I'm saying? Like,
that's funny. So actually, just to be clear with everybody, this whole program thing is there's no such thing as North Stars. It's a front. It's just he gets them in with the basketball. He makes them stay with the mac and cheese. Like that's what's really going on. He's like, yeah, I'm gonna be here. I'm gonna be around. But then you try that cheese. I'll grab a picture from it. I'm gonna show people, and they're gonna be like it. He wasn't kidding. I was looking at my mouth started watering, and that man, it's oof, hard.
my mama told me the best of somebody's heart is buying food.
Man, well, hey, seriously, Jossie, this has
That was
like been
funny. I
a
like that, bro.
absolute pleasure just like doing this with you. Like it is like I don't know. I hit up a lot of people that event. I think you were like one. Like I think I hit up like five, six people. Like you were like one of the few that messaged me back though, and that just meant a lot to me because it's like not only were you like, hey, are you interested, but you took time. This is your day off, and like I said, you got kids that you fed them, right? Or you still got to feed them?
So the last part,
Your kids, do you have to still feed them, or
yes.
do you have to like take care of them at all, or take them to bed, or?
No, they no. I already made the dinner.
Okay, perfect, perfect. But that's the whole thing is that you took time.
They just came up here to thinking I was. They was asking if I was still in a meeting.
But no, but that's the point is that you took time to do this, and I super just like I don't know. I'm gonna be praying for your ministry. That's what I'm gonna call it. What your time, your energy, your money, your energy. That's your ministry. That's you like taking time and touching like these kids' lives though. So I'm gonna be praying for prosperity and growth. And I hope we can still stay in contact. Cause seriously, because I'm thinking the
Oh,
next five
guarantee, bro.
years, we're gonna be in some crazy situations though. But it's gonna be like, wow, can you believe it? Just 5 years ago, we were having a Zoom call, and now we're like,
Right.
well, we're driving big
So one thing
cars.
about
And
me, Tristan,
yep,
I'm an open book, bro. Right. If I say I'm gonna do something, I'm gonna do it.
amen.
Yeah, I mean, because when we met, you told me, oh, I got a podcast. What? You got a podcast? I did 3 podcasts already. Yo, da da da. Oh, you know what I'm saying? He's like, and then and I thought, but I don't mind being in yours if you want somebody to be in your, I'll be in your podcast. You took my contact information. You text me the next day. I text you back. That was like last week. That was last week,
It
wasn't
was
it?
last week. Well,
That was last week.
maybe I think so. I think it was last week. But exactly,
Yeah, it
it
was last
was
week,
just
bro.
going back and forth, just texting, and it
Right.
was,
Just shooting shit.
and here we at, here
Here
we
we
at.
are.
Yeah,
Like
man,
I don't like prolonging things. The more I prolong it, the less interested I'm in it. Right.
exactly, exactly.
Yeah, because like people like it's called they call it procrastination.
Yeah,
I hate procrastinating, bro.
because it doesn't get done.
I want to knock things out right here, right now. Let's get it done, get out the way, and move forward with it. Because guess what? Now we got the wheel
Exactly,
rolling,
exactly. And we're here, and you're
right?
here.
Now we got one wheel on this bus rolling. We gotta get one more wheel on this bus. Then we get the other 2 wheels. Then we got the 2 wheels. Now we got 6 wheels. Cause every bus got 6 wheels on it.
And we're rolling.
Now we on one and a half. We on 2 wheels right now, bro.
But
So
we're rolling. Exactly. We're
we
rolling. So
rolling.
that's
We
the important
rolling.
thing.
Period.
You know, you can't tell. We got 10-second buzzer on the clock. We're wrapping up, but this has been just a blessing. Jossie, like thanks for coming on here. What do you want to end on? Or it's like if anybody can kind of get to the end of this cast and think like what's something that you want to take away or you want people to know about? Whether it's
I
just
just want
like
people to know that without loving yourself, you can love nobody else. Right? Love yourself first, pour into yourself first, so you got more energy to pour into somebody else. Don't judge the book by its cover, because when you open that book and you read it, you're gonna be amazed at what you're reading.
hey, might find some
Life is too
extraordinary
short.
stories. You know what I'm saying? You know, you
Period.
see what I did there? You see what I did? See what, all right.
Yeah, I see that. You got
Okay.
it. And Tristan, I just want to say thank you, bro. Appreciate you bringing me into your show. I listen to your podcast you sent me, bro. You're doing an amazing job, bro. Keep it up. Don't let nobody discourage you from what you're doing, bro. I get goosebumps. I'm getting goosebumps by talking about it, bro. Like, swear to God.
Yes,
Like
man.
you
Hey,
know what I'm saying? Like,
thank
keep
you.
it up, bro.
Thank
Don't
you.
change up. This is a different way of you doing your podcast is different from other podcasts I've been in. Like you actually like you in your own lane, if that makes sense. Stay in your lane, bro. And believe in your lane.
See, you want to talk about goosebumps? Like, bro, I got goosebumps. You just telling me that because like that felt real, and I thank you for that because it's hard doing this. It's hard staying in the game, especially because it's taken some time, and I mean, we haven't really talked too much about it though, but I didn't even tell you what my job is. Let's just say the job that I do is the complete opposite of what I feel like God wants me to do. Like I'm doing it because it's paying the bills. I'm doing it because it's taking care of my family, but like it's emotionally, it's killing my soul. So this is a great like
Outlet.
remedy for it. So
Yep.
just I appreciate that, man. That means a lot to me. All right,
That was
everybody.
sick, bro.
You heard it from the master. You heard it. We're gonna be kind to each other, read each other's stories, and you know what? If anything, break bread. If you got $2 in your
Period.
pocket, you roll it to McDonald's, either you're splitting the sandwich or each getting one. I think life's
Yep.
meant to be shared, but you gotta
Facts.
love yourself before you do that.
Yep.
That's a
And
good
don't
way to end it
forget,
on.
love's my religion.
Love is love, baby. Well, I mean,
Yeah.
there you go. Okay. Well,
All right.
everybody,
Thank you,
it's been a
Tristan.
pleasure. This has been yet another ordinary person with an extraordinary story. Y'all take it easy now.
Amen.
Thank you for listening to another episode of Ordinary People, Extraordinary Stories. If you're interested in helping the channel, feel free to click on the link below to get access to our Patreon, where we have exclusive episodes and clips not shown to the public. And of course, if you believe you yourself have an interesting story to tell, or know somebody who would be great for the show, feel free to email me back at OPESpodcast@gmail.com. That's OPES. That's the acronym for the show, Ordinary People, Extraordinary Stories, OPES, podcast@gmail.com. Thank you, everybody, and until next time.